Yeah, let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's just kick it. Yeah, let's just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the women are about ready to get better looking. Oh yeah, proud to display it. I'm bragging. Let's party. Come out, we're out wherever you are. Come out, we're out wherever you are. Yeah, let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? Just got done smoking a bunch of meat. I didn't even smoke any for myself. I know Marty's mom likes this meat, and so's the lady at the gas station. I felt like doing it. Nice night, fall night. I'm just saying, let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? Already got everything cleaned up too. Delivered it to the gas station lady. Flying high. Put a link up there. Come on up and let's party. I never plan these too much. Probably should. I just wing it. Wish some of these people would leave these nasty comments have enough balls to come up. Sure do. There's Mark Kropka. Loving Spoonful. Hey Dave, how you doing? How's it going? Just got done smoking some meat. It was a nice night, spur of the moment. Pork belly and pork loin. Hey Faye, how you doing? It's a beautiful night out tonight. 60 degrees. Hey Mary, how you doing? Like perfect calm. Yeah, it's just perfect calm out. That pork belly cooks quick. So all pork cooks quick. It got a little hotter than I wanted to. I put my GoPros out and I do those cloud videos. And I'll go out. Today I laid them flat. All three of them I laid flat. Well, they're usually not that hard to find. Sometimes I have them on a stand, but sometimes I don't, like today. So I just went out there and put them out today, and then I just let the time lapse go until the battery runs out, and then I come back. Usually I get them by the time it gets dark, but today I didn't. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to find the third one. It was no big deal because I was smoking stuff and I was just going back and checking the temperature. But shit, man, I'm gonna put them on a white paper plate from now on. Just party. Nobody watches them anyway. Cloud videos, very much. I like doing them though for some reason. Weird. Yeah. So that's about it. How you been doing, Faye? Dave, when you making the big move? I was thinking about that today. A lot. Probably 100 pounds. Yeah, those deer are really into the sweet feed. I'm trying to keep them around the house as good as I can. Yeah, I would, yeah. No, I don't think, well, I don't think it does. I mean, that's my opinion. Nobody posts more bullshit than I do. I mean, you know this. And it doesn't seem to affect anything. What happens, comes up, they see the thumbnail, either they like it or they don't. I mean, 95% of the people don't watch any of my videos but the interviews. I don't think it hurts it at all. I don't. What I would do if I were you, though, I just told somebody else this today. I would constantly do shorts. They're really on people to do these shorts. My shorts are bullshit too. Just fucking around, really. But they're really pushing the shorts, and they really will push your channel if you do shorts. Hey, Rita, do as many shorts as you can. Just like they're so easy to do. If you have your cell phone on you when you're doing anything, now you wouldn't want to do a short on the van thing. And sometimes, like, I'll placard it and say, hey, don't watch this. You don't want people to think you're getting them to click on something that most people don't like. So if you warn them in the title, this is about building a travel van, it saves them the trouble. If they're suspicious of you just putting up shit to get them to click, that may piss some people off, but I usually clue them in. Hey, Chris, how you doing? How's the baby? Yeah, I'd do the van. I sure would. Yep. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. I mean, I don't do this, but I'll tell you one way to get your channel to, if you're really trying to build a channel. I know you and your daughter are trying. That's great. Good luck to you. It's more luck than it is anything. But if I was really trying to do that, what I would do is when you upload regular videos, like the full length videos, Google what the top 25 keywords are, hashtags, and then just have a file on your computer where you can cut and paste them and scroll way, way down at the bottom of the description where nobody can see and cut and paste those keywords. Nobody can see them and they still get entered in the algorithm. Nobody's reading 6 inches down from the description, and that'll promote her channel too. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Frisky, how you doing? Yep, that's what I would do. But I'd do a lot of shorts on a lot of stuff. What I've learned about the shorts, because all mine are bullshit, ham sandwich, cup of soup, that kind of thing, is it seems like on the shorts they're pushing those. So it's like, let's say there's a formula they use. So let's say I had 3 interesting shorts, which I never do. and one really boring one, like of a white plate. A lot of times the white plate will get like 7,000 views, and the 3 ones that you would expect people to watch won't get hardly any. So I know it's canned in the algorithms. So don't get disappointed if you don't get them, because I think it's going to trigger and push and recommend your shorts, not even knowing what it is. It's not based on viewing. Hey, I see you. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see you on here, Chris. I don't see you on here. You were up for a second, but then it disappeared. Yeah. I think Instagram's good too. I don't mess with it, but it's another way. Instagram. But the shorts are the big one. Ron Jeremy.
Debbie says you got to come up with a new nickname.
Yeah, what should it be?
I don't know. How you been doing?
Good, pretty good. Hanging in there. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Been doing pretty good.
How's your weather been?
Beautiful, man. It's great tonight.
Can you believe it's almost the end of October already?
No. I should have had all that stuff out of that condo. I got to call that guy tomorrow. I guess I'll be going up around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Of course, this house is taking longer than it's supposed to.
So what else you been doing?
Nah, not much, really. Just, I read and fuck around, get a coffee, sleep, read, feed the birds.
Yeah.
Funny, my days fly by, believe it or not.
You stay up pretty late? Are you a late owl, or do you get up late, sleep in late, or do you?
Yeah, I sleep into about 10:30, 11.
Okay, that's about we get up about that time too. So.
Yeah, YouTube pays shorts. They pay on shorts.
Yeah, they do. Any new interviews coming up soon?
No, no, I try. I'm trying to get interviews all the time. I mean, it's been just kind of like, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, part of it is like, I mean,
you don't want to interview the same people either. You don't.
No, I don't. That's one thing. Honestly, I'm just not into the homeless people as much as I was with prostitutes.
Oh, okay. Like you were in the beginning, huh?
Well, I would have always done it. It's, hey, Stephanie.
Hey, guys.
It just, they're not around here. I mean, I'm going to end up doing that eventually, like up in Memphis and Chattanooga and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just, I haven't down here, and they're really on the homeless' ass big time down here.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah. The state passed a law in May that's going to force the city municipalities to crack down on outdoor camping within the city limits.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think, well, you shouldn't do it, but I don't own a business where the people are afraid to go because so many homeless people are soliciting them. So it depends what side of the fence you're on. But I know, Athens is kind of a liberal college town, so they're fighting it, but the state is on their ass big time. And Augusta is just
it's all over the country. I mean, they need to start doing something. It's all.
But Augusta's pulling out all the stops. I mean, I haven't even seen them the last couple of weeks I've been down there. They see a panhandle and they'll pull you over and trespass you and get you the next time.
Look at San Francisco, California. I mean, look at how bad California is with this.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the right thing to do is.
A lot of control there in California.
Yeah.
Kensington, Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia is another one that's real bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better.
But what do you think causes homelessness? Do you think it's mental illness is probably one of the factors, or do you think because people just can't afford to live today because the cost of everything is so high?
I think that's a part of it, but a big part of it. A lot of these people have mental illness, and most of them have drug problems.
Right.
And they can't hold jobs, and when you can't hold a job, you can't pay rent.
Right. True.
But back in the day, if you were on like Medicare or something, you could get the government to pay for an apartment for you someplace.
Yeah.
But I don't care what big city you're in, it's the same old problem. Nobody has a problem getting ID.
Housing is a problem in a lot of your big cities too.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, housing's a real problem.
Yeah, I mean, even
housing, it's just so ridiculous what stuff costs. I mean, it's nuts, man. I don't know how like young people are ever gonna like afford a house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's even senior housing now. I pay $1,200 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment in senior housing. And
Holy
senior housing used to be, cheap for seniors, but
Right.
it's not anymore.
Yeah.
My friend Patty I was talking to last night just cannot stand Joe Biden. She says everything has just gone through the roof because of him.
Yeah, but she only watches Fox News,
I mean,
so you gotta say
Well,
that's
regardless
why.
or not, it's just if you think about it, everything is just everything is just. Now she told me to buy a house now, and it's gone up 8% now just to buy a home today. It's
Well, Milwaukee's expensive anyway.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
I know.
I mean,
it
even
is.
this place is starting to get expensive around here.
Oh, I believe it.
The
I
girls
believe
at the gas station ask me all the time about do I know a place where they can rent? I'm thinking about building some Section 8 housing down here. I just haven't done it yet because it's not like Detroit and Milwaukee down here at all.
I
I mean,
believe
if I had to, I would move into Section 8 housing in a heartbeat. Wouldn't think about it.
But
I would
you know,
move in an all-black neighborhood, no problem.
but
It's
the
not
problem
like
with-
up north.
But the problem with Section 8 housing, grass
neighbor.
isn't always greener on the other side. True, because I've heard a lot of the Section housings are not good. They have bad. They don't take care. They don't take care of their prop. They don't take care.
Not
of the
down
prop-
here. Not down here.
Well, maybe
We
not.
get a lot of fellas and that kind of stuff.
I've heard a lot. I've heard a
Down
lot
here,
of-
the house, I could take you to any Section 8 housing, anywhere you want to go, within 100 miles, and it all looks brand new. Some of
probably
it's 50
probably
years
not
old.
where you're from, but I've heard a lot of horror stories about Section.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I would have lived in Section 8 housing in
Yeah.
Chicago or Detroit. Hell
Right,
no.
right.
You'd be
not.
damn murdered the first week you were there.
Yeah.
It's so different down here.
Well, here too, you can still find homes.
Here
that are
in Branson,
reasonable.
it's like that too. Branson is
But you can
nothing
still
like.
find houses under 200,000. You can't do that in Milwaukee.
Well,
Unless you're in the
200.
ghetto and you got bullet holes in your window.
Well, 200,000. That's still. I mean, I don't know.
But I have not, I've been by a million of them, and they're all very well kept. No garbage, no broken down cars in the lot, no boom boxes, the cops out going there all the time. None of that crap.
They're on the radio.
I'm
There's
done.
a huge waiting list to get into Section 8 housing down here too.
Oh, I believe
And there's
it.
a lot of people like around here that like, I'm always careful. Like if I take pictures of abandoned buildings, because I'll bet a third of the time it looks abandoned and somebody's living there. I could take you to 20 houses where there's no electricity and people are living in them.
I believe it. There's a lot of them in Detroit like that. A lot of abandoned places like that too.
Yeah.
You know.
You see tarps on the roof and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary out there. It really is.
Tough world we live in today.
Yeah. It is, man. It's a tough world. It really is. Things have changed so much.
Yeah. Groceries
Yeah.
are just ridiculous. Look what it
Yeah,
costs.
it's not-
You look
Yeah,
what
well,
it costs.
groceries are crazy too.
Look at what costs just to go to a fast food restaurant. Look it costs just to go to McDonald's today. For God's sake, heaven's sake, God, it's fucking ridiculous.
No, it's a lot. I know.
Oh,
And,
Yeah.
and like stupid, and like other things like bags of chips,
oh yeah, for sure.
like a thing of Planters peanuts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man. I just see, I just see not good things coming down the pike. I'm glad I'm not younger. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's really crazy.
it is.
And there's Section 8. I mean, it would be, I just haven't sat down and like done it yet. They need a laundromat here too.
Yeah.
We have a lot of those here.
Yeah, laundry's expensive to do.
Yeah, no shit. Tell me about it. Here too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gone up.
Salary base, I'm not really sure if it is or not, to be honest with you. I thought since it's a federal program and not regulated by the state, it was the same everywhere, but maybe not.
You know those rotisserie chickens like they have at gas stations. Walmart had them.
Yeah.
Has them.
Yeah.
I remember when they were $5. Now they're almost damn near $7 now.
No, I know.
What a. It's unreal. I mean,
Yeah.
Price gouging.
Price gouging.
It is. When it comes
I mean, you know what I noticed down here? Don't eat this stuff either. If you like fish, do not eat this. I can tell you all about it. I mean, I
What's your
joke
sales
about it.
tax?
Sway.
What's your sales tax down there?
8%.
8%.
Mhm.
Well, you don't pay a tourist tax, but we do. So
Yeah.
our property taxes are pretty low. We're like
Yeah, right.
$49.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. Yeah, AA batteries. Expensive as hell. Everything is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this house I'm building is like no big deal.
Well, batteries are always
Costing a
batteries
fortune.
batteries are always expensive no matter what. I mean, they always have. Yeah.
Nuts. Really,
You
man.
don't- You don't get much for you don't get much. You think $20 today is a lot of money. $20 today is shit.
No, it's like
Oh,
change.
yeah.
Change. I'm getting to where I just leave my change at the place.
I don't know how people can afford to eat
You know
out
how the
every
thing
day.
gives you your change? I just
Yeah.
leave it in there. All of a sudden,
I
you
don't
got these pockets full of change that are worth
Yeah.
nothing.
I don't know
Pennies
how
are
people-
like a waste
I
of
don't know.
time.
I don't
Quarters
understand.
are like nothing anymore. I just
Oh, you
sell them
eat out-
cheaper.
Would you say you eat out more than you eat at home, Tom? Or you say
I think it's about 50-50. I mean, I eat the same stuff all the time. I like getting those shrimp tacos, or I'll go to the
Yeah.
Mexican place.
yeah.
But I don't, tonight I got 2 chicken pot pies, which are terrible for you. I got 2 frozen pizzas, which are terrible for you.
Not
I'm
really.
not exactly the healthiest eater in the world, but there's like,
Right.
once in a while I'll get a good steak or something like that. But I mean, I eat the same thing. I just ate a whole can of black olives. For some reason, I
love-
felt like those lately.
Oh, God, I love black olives. Me
Yeah.
too, Tom.
The whole damn thing.
Yeah.
And I'll go to that Greek place, but even that Greek place, Gyro, they have excellent food. They're Turkish, but they run that place down there, excellent gyros and hummus. But even if you get like a gyro and hummus, and with a tip, it's like $26. It's like,
Oh, I know.
I remember you get a gyro and a fries in downtown Detroit and Greektown. It was like $12.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like everything's like that. I mean, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal the other day. I just happened to catch it, and the guy said that if you wanted everybody to live the life now that they did in the 80s, with everything being the same, that you'd have to give everybody a 55% raise in their income. And doesn't that make sense? When you look at what stuff costs now,
I remember when you can.
55% raise in your income.
I remember when McDonald's had the value meal for $3 back in 1990. Now it's like almost damn near over $10 now
Yeah.
for it.
Oh, I know. What happened to the dollar menu? I
Oh,
mean,
Big time.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what
Yeah.
happened to it. My
Yeah.
sister owns some McDonald's, and dollar menus got voted in by region. And, McDonald's gets their money off the top. It's called rent and service fees. Nobody owns the property and nobody owns the building. So even if you run a poor McDonald's, they're getting theirs off the top. So if your labor's crazy, if you don't control your utilities, they don't give a shit. They're getting it off the gross. That's where the dollar menu came in, satisfying stockholders. So after about 8 years of dollar menus, the McDonald's owner operators started, paying attention to their CPAs, and it's like, this is bullshit. Basically, they were losing money on the dollar hamburger, and they were losing money on the dollar drink. So they just, if you don't see that, and it was basically because of lawsuits and uproar from owner operators that they weren't doing it anymore. They were voting it down in all the regions because all of a sudden, you got your drive-throughs backed up with 5 people with filled cars, and everybody's ordering off the dollar menu. You've just
Right.
blown 20 minutes in labor, and you're giving away the food. It's just why.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, Wendy's still has the $5 bag still, so hopefully that doesn't go
I never
away.
really cared for Wendy's. I don't even like. I'll tell you, I think McDonald's. I can remember going there when I first went there. It was good, and when they came out with something, you wanted to try it. But I tell you, I just don't like McDonald's food anymore. I think it's all terrible.
Well, we still have the Wendy's it's called 4 for $4. You get a drink, fries, chicken nuggets, and a hamburger. And the kids, my niece's kids love that. So I will take them to Wendy's and we get all that food for $4 each. So that still is a good deal there.
Yeah, probably is. Yep.
Yeah. But no,
like
McDonald's. I mean those Happy Meals here, they're almost $10 here in Washington for a Happy Meal. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'll tell you a funny thing. You would think that they did for a while there. The Quarter Pounder was fresh, and all the other hamburgers were frozen. And in McDonald's taste tests, they found, believe it or not, the frozen hamburger got better ratings than the fresh. And traditionally, meat that hasn't been frozen tastes better. Five Guys doesn't freeze it, a bunch of those hamburger chains. But Wendy's doesn't freeze their meat. You'd think their hamburgers would be better. I just don't think they're that good.
They're okay.
Okay, that's what it is.
What?
Okay.
I am still a Big Mac lover. I don't care what anyone says. I love the McDonald's Big Mac.
They're about ready to get rid of that.
Yeah, I hope not. That's the only thing I like at McDonald's.
Actually, I still keep in touch with the guy that manages the McDonald's that my sister used to own. And back in the days, like in the 70s and 80s, they would sell at a good location, a good store, about 1,100 Big Macs a day.
Oh, yeah.
Since the dollar menu, the Quarter Pounder, remember the QLT, other things came. And he said they sell about 13 Quarter Pound Big Macs a day now. That's it. People don't order them. I mean, if you're on a budget and you can get the 2 for the 1 or the half and half.
Oh, right. Right. Because if you just order the Big Mac, just the burger is almost $7 now here in Washington. That's just for the Big Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. I mean, once in a while I'll get one of those Five Guys. They just opened up in Athens. I see a couple of those Whataburgers and Wahlburgers. Anybody know anything about those?
We don't have those here, Tom. No.
Yeah, I see. You can go as one person to a Five Guys, get a hamburger, a fry, and a drink, and it's $20.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's what I've noticed. It's cheaper to cook at home. I mean, to go out, just tonight, I went out with my sister and her husband, and we have Black Angus Steakhouse. We went there. I mean, I paid $42 for a ribeye steak and baked potato. I mean, that's ridiculous, Tom. It wasn't even that good.
No, I know.
And it was freaking $42.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
What do you think of that?
Can't do that. Yeah.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
They mentioned Taco Bell taco salad. If you ever look, and you probably do, there's a couple things people think that are like good to eat when you're trying to lose weight. Two of the worst things you can get when you go out to eat are taco salads and tuna fish. Look at the calories in these tuna fish places, all of them. Jersey Mike's, Subway. It's nuts. You'd be better off eating a pound of bacon. And taco salads are through the roof, calorie-wise. It's crazy, isn't it?
So it depends on what kind of diet that you're on, but like in general, my rule of thumb has always been calories in, calories out. So I know there's all these, fad diets like, low carb or, whatever. And, in theory, the less carbs you eat, the better, because you want to feel full, right? So you want to get to this calorie count, right? And you don't want to be hungry, of course. So that's why people cut carbs. But if you stay under like 1,500 calories a day, you'll be able to lose weight.
I eat that for breakfast.
Well, that's
Michelle, you're right, because now I don't have to worry about calories. Me and Tom are old. We don't care anymore. But when I was younger,
belts every year.
Right. But when I was younger, calorie counting was the only way I could lose weight.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't go for any of the bad diets or any of
Right.
that. All
Right.
I did was count my calories every day, and I lost a lot of weight doing that.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
Um,
sure.
I lost most of my weight when I thought my wife was fucking around.
Tom, don't even start, please. My cough is so bad tonight, I'll really be coughing because every time I laugh too hard, I start coughing.
Shit, you'll lose weight on that.
You were just stressed.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hell yeah.
But
It's just like, yeah, you get divorced, you break up. What do you do? First thing you do is go to a gym. You're married, you keep putting it off. Why not?
oh yeah, when you're younger, yeah, you have to worry about how you look and all that because you're out in the market. But now I'm so glad all that's past me. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, Stephanie, do a great favor to Michelle and tell her when her stock's about ready to drop. She's only 39.
Oh my God, Michelle, it's only 39. Oh my God, she's got lots of time, Tom. Oh my God, you're about 55, honey. You got a long time. I think 55 is when I started losing it. So you got a long time.
But it'll
I
go
think
by fast, won't it?
I think you're right though. No, I think that Stephanie's right because like even I know a lot of like women who are older and they'll all say the same thing, like around 55 is when
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. When you start going through that menopause shit
yeah,
and all that,
yeah.
um, and then that's when. But what? Let's see. That was what 10 years ago. I still look pretty good at 55,
Oh,
but
I'm
you
sure you
kind of.
did. Oh, I'm sure you
Oh,
did.
thank you. But you kind of start, yeah, after 55, you start going through all that women bullshit that we have to go through. Um, but you can still look good. You might not feel good in your head, but you can
Yeah.
still look good, honey.
Mm.
Oh, the biggest thing with me was those damn hot flashes. I'm telling you, those are the worst thing to go through. Oh my God, I felt like I was on fire all the time. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Hey, but won't the years go by quick for her, Stephanie?
Um,
I mean, 39 to like 55, it's like, you think you'll never get there. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, I'm trying to think, Tom. I don't, yeah, because, my 40s, I was pretty, social and active and man, yeah.
Well, they
The
say fabulous 40.
Yeah, the 40s, I think I really reached my peak, Michelle. I really do, in every way. But then, like I said, I hit 50 and then, 55 and started going through all that other stuff. And then it just kind of goes away. But, all women aren't the same either, so. Um, yeah, but I mean, you're married and everything, and so I'm sure, you'll have an understanding husband and all that. So,
Oh, definitely. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, put the gun down, Mala. Put the gun down. Yeah. Yeah, you don't know how it is life. You just never know what's gonna deal you.
no, you don't. You really don't.
I wouldn't want to know what my future held with regard to dying, would you?
What do you mean, Tom?
Well, if you could know tomorrow the day you were going to die, would you want to know it?
No,
Yeah, I don't think
I wouldn't. No, I don't want to know it. With everything that's wrong with me, I just hope I'm not, dying gasping for air. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Anytime you got, something wrong with your lungs, I have that fear of, because that's a horrible feeling, not being able to breathe.
But they're coming up with, they're always working on new medications.
Right, right. But no, I don't see how anyone would want to know when they were going to
would.
go.
I don't think I would. Would you, Michelle?
No,
I wouldn't want to know. No.
no. Mm-mm.
I mean, and that's what that's why I never liked when doctors would tell people they have a certain amount of time to live, because I don't really feel that that's right at all,
I think it's right. I mean, they actually owe it to them, and when they don't just pull straws. This is based on thousands of people with the same condition.
Well, I've known, and one of them was my uncle, who they told him, you have like 6 months to live, and he lived like 5 more years.
Yeah, that can happen.
So
but
I
most of
mean,
the time, it's pretty damn accurate.
yeah, but like I've known people who've lived a lot longer than what doctors were given. But at the same time, he was older too, so it wasn't like you know, he died when he was 80. I mean, I think that's pretty fair,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he smoked and drank his whole life too.
Yeah, my
So
dad and grandfather. My grandfather was 10 days short of 100. Smoked and drank.
right. Right. I had a lot of grandparents who lived in their 90s. So, I mean, but
Yeah,
I still,
I don't even want to live to my 90s.
well, you're right. And I have to tell you this too, is like
No way.
everybody who lives in their 90s has something really wrong with them,
Yeah, no
right?
kidding.
So
Right.
they're either getting like major surgeries all the time and they're not feeling good, or they have dementia and they're just not there, So I mean
Right.
that's going to be probably, for most people, that's going to be your quality of life, especially in your 90s. It's not going to be like really quality at all.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Look at Jimmy
Right.
Carter. Look at Jimmy Carter. What a way to go.
Um,
But
Well, he's
I
what?
don't know.
He's 90. He's on hospice, and Rosalind's
Oh,
not doing too hot either. I mean, she's 98 or something, I think. Still living in Plains, Georgia.
huh.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have a neighbor and she's in her 90s and she lives by herself. But like I check on her sometimes, but like she's hanging in there. It's like,
Wow, 93. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, I guess, if you're in good health, but I guess I haven't seen enough examples. I mean, you look at the
Yeah.
obituaries and it's like, my God, man. Hey, how many people out of your graduating class you think are dead, Stephanie?
Oh boy, I don't know, Tom. I've gone to every high school reunion. In fact, let's see. Oh my God, I think. Oh, I can't think right now, but I think I might live to see the next one because I graduated in 76. So I went to 86, 96, 2006, 2016. So the next one would be what, 2026?
Yeah. How was that experience?
Oh gosh, Tom, it was so fun. I mean, I went with my best friend that I had all through high school. I mean, we don't see each other anymore, but we still keep in touch. And every time the 10-year reunion comes up, we went together. And it's so funny seeing the people from school, the pretty girls are ugly. The good looking guys are ugly. I mean, it's just wonderful, Tom. The ugly people look really good. I mean, it's
Stephanie,
wonderful. I love it.
Stephanie, I was the ugly duckling. And then when I hit like puberty, like when I hit like high school and stuff, is when I started actually like looking decent. Like, but I
Right.
was I was pretty horrific, like middle school,
Well,
like
puberty, I think we all were, Michelle. So, but no, so hopefully I'll live till uh 2026 and I can go and see, you know.
I never had any interest in going to mine. I have them try and get a hold of me sometimes. I just ignore it.
Oh, it's fun, Tom.
It is.
I loved it. Yeah, it's fun. I
Did
mean,
you,
we
did you
only
go to any, Michelle? Did you go to any of yours?
no, are you no, I had no interest. I didn't have any interest in high school, and really don't have any interest in going to see
Yeah, it never
them.
really interested me.
I mean,
Any-
if there were people that I stayed friends with, like along the way, then yeah, I would go, but that's not the case. So, I mean, why would I go there to be like, oh, I'm really curious on so and so and what they're doing now with their, well, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even remember a lot of the people that I went to high school with. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
I couldn't
Yeah,
wait.
I don't think I do anymore because 2026 will be 50 years. I mean, my God, I mean, you think 50 years, that's a long time. So I don't know. I
I
don't
couldn't wait till I
even,
got out of high school. They said I'd miss. I remember graduating. They said I'd miss it, and I haven't missed it once now, even for a second. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. I hope I never see any of them again.
I
Fuck
don't,
yeah, I didn't mind high school too much. I mean, we had a small group of friends, maybe 5 or 6 girls. We hung out together, because I wasn't in a big group of people.
yeah.
But uh, no, high school wasn't too bad for me. I had a good time in high school. Um,
Mine wasn't bad. I was just ready to
yeah,
get out.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy.
Time flies, it does. Yeah. I didn't know you were from Michigan, Infilop. I didn't know you went to Grosse Pointe. Huh. That's a big difference. You cross the line there from Detroit to Grosse Pointe. It's like night and day. Big, huge difference. I don't think Grosse Pointe's quite what it used to be. It's still nice, but like every place that's fringed to these high crime cities. Look at Chicago. Everybody's afraid to go there now. That whole Magnificent Miles down the tubes. People are afraid to shop there now. Crazy crime, shootings, smash and grabs. Cops don't show up for a half hour. Yeah.
there was a lot of like during COVID here, there was a lot of the smash and grabs, but it's calmed down quite a bit since then. Like I would
They
say, like
probably enforced it. Chicago, it's like they keep like lessening the punishment. It's weird. When I lived there, it was so nice. It was ridiculous. I used to walk all over, go down to Navy Pier, downtown, all hours of the night, photos, videos, messing around, take boat rides. Shit, I wouldn't do that now. They tell you not to go out after dark down there. People just
jeez.
getting shot, robbed, beat up for nothing. Nuts. Yeah, you never know. So, yeah, you'll make it to 2026, Stephanie. Don't worry.
I don't know. I don't even know if I want to go, Tom. I don't even know. But my friend Karen, I know she'll be calling. I know she will. Because every 10 years, she would always be calling me. You're going with me. Oh, God. I know. It's crazy.
Victoria, British Columbia. You have stabbings in 10 cities. Wow. Huh. Hey, Grosse Pointe's changed. You've had like a couple TV shows now with the murders of Grosse Pointe. Yeah, what else you got going there? A couple other things. That gay guy got murdered out in front of his place a couple years ago by the handyman. That's 3. It's changed. Their crime's up too. It is. I mean, it's still nice, but there's been a influx of higher crime than there used to be. We don't have any around like where I live. There's like, it's rural, Even I'm surprised Atlanta. It's not like I thought it would be, No, I didn't. Daisy's sleeping right now. She'll have a little Halloween present, I'm sure, from Marty. Yeah, sure, Crip. It's no problem. Yeah, you always think of Canada as having a lot less problems, but I'm not so sure that's the case anymore. Victoria, British Columbia, you'd think it was like, I don't know. I always see like Windsor was like, they used to have like one murder a year, and Detroit was having 820, and it was just separated by a river. Now, I know it's ticked up a little bit. Like somebody was telling, who was I talking to the other day about, Mark Kropka. He was telling me that Windsor's really doing pretty well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been to Victoria, BC, and Vancouver, BC a lot because it's right by where I live. We've taken the ferry and stuff up there. It's nice up there.
Yeah.
Real-
Now, isn't it
real
expensive
pretty.
there?
Huh?
Isn't it expensive there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't been in a few years, but oh yeah. Well, our state alone, Washington, the cost of living here is so ridiculous.
I wonder why you guys pay so much for gas and stuff, just so far from the refineries.
I don't know, Tom. It's just, it's crazy. It's
Now,
just so expensive here.
was it always kind of a little expensive to live there?
Yes. Yeah.
Even like when you were in your 20s and 30s?
Well, I don't know. Now, I remember, when you guys were talking about housing and stuff, I remember when I got married when I was 25, my husband and we bought our house for $35,000.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. Now, you can't get a house up here. Minimum 400 grand or more.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't. I think I think it's just gotten so expensive, and I don't know why. It's a nice place to live, but it's not that special. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a car ferry in Port Huron.
A
Really?
what?
A car ferry, because that's just a short jaunt on the bridge. I'm surprised they have a ferry, because the
Oh,
Blue Water
yeah.
Bridge.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, we have ferries we have ferries, boats everywhere here in Washington. Go up to Canada, Alaska, the San Juan Islands. The ferries run all over the place up here.
Was
Yeah.
it much trouble for you to go to Canada there? Like crossing the border? Do they want a passport?
Tom, it's been quite a few years since I've been over the border. So I don't know what it's like now. We used to, I remember when I was younger, you could drink at 19 in Vancouver. So we used to just go up and drive over the border and go bar hopping in Vancouver. But I'm talking years and years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what it's like now. I don't know how hard it is to cross over into Canada anymore.
Yeah, I think I don't either. I haven't been over there in a while. I know that was a nightmare during COVID up in Sault Ste. Marie and also Windsor and Detroit.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like now. When you go over there, what was it just like? Was something better over there, or was it just to go to a new place and try it out?
Just to go to a new place. Just to go for like a little trip,
Yeah.
But Vancouver, BC is, it reminds me of Seattle.
Yeah.
It's a lot like, yeah, it's almost exactly the same as Seattle.
Well, you do need a passport, huh? You can't use that enhanced driver's license?
Yeah, you can use an enhanced driver's license. I have an enhanced driver's license. I can go across with that.
Cryptomeria says that you need a passport. No? When's the last time you were over there?
Before COVID happened, I would say like probably like 2017.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
And we used to go over to Canada. It's like they do nothing. Wouldn't ask us for anything. Couple questions why we were going over there, that kind of thing. But it was nothing like it turned into be. Hey, Rob.
It was always a hassle.
I
I
I don't remember
It was
any
always a
problem
hassle
or
going
anything.
there.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was always a hassle when I was going over there. Always something.
What'd you go over there for?
Just vacationing, visiting family.
Yeah. So you could, when I was 18, you could go over there and drink.
Well, yeah, no, I mean like
Right.
I'd go to bars and stuff too, like when I was 19,
Right.
just have
That's why
fun.
I
we
don't think
went.
it's like that anymore, is it? I
Um,
think
don't
Canada
know.
raised it, didn't they?
I don't
I don't
know if they
know.
did or not, to
I
be
think you
honest.
got to be 21 in Canada now.
Really?
Yeah.
21?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Hmm.
crazy.
Same as the States. I think they changed that like 10 years ago or something. 'Cause they were just causing too much trouble. You don't
Yeah.
need to be 21?
No, I thought I was 19.
19, really? Yeah, it's a good. I wonder
Well,
about
It
it used
was
to be.
19 years ago because we used to go. We used to go.
how old do you have to be to drink in Windsor, Canada? Yeah, 19. Okay. Huh. Well, that's better than 21. But the problem is if you go over there and you you drink, then you come back home and they catch you, you're in trouble.
Right.
My parents used to bring me to Canada on my 19th birthday to the bars.
Oh, no.
So I mean,
It used to be big strip clubs in Windsor. They were like really known for that for a while, and I don't even think that's going on. We go over there to buy firecrackers too. It was just kind of cool, they had an accent, and it was different food, and it's fun. They used to have a great summer festival in Windsor.
it's expensive now in Canada.
Yeah, it's expensive to live there. Everybody says their health care is free. Yeah, that's because they got about a 50% income tax.
Right. Well, not only that, but the healthcare there, it's different. So like
It is.
I have family that live there,
Yeah,
and basically it's like going to a clinic. You go to like a clinic, like how
Yeah.
here, you have doctor's offices, and then you
Mhm.
have like urgent cares and stuff like that. Well, there
Right.
it's basically like you're going to an urgent care all the time.
Yeah, I've read articles before where a lot of Canadians still pay to have elective surgery in the States because they don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, like their healthcare is definitely, it's not as like here it's more how do I want to put it? Like a progressive market almost. Like I mean, I don't know exactly how to
Like get more services.
right. And people are wanting to make more money, so
Right. Yeah.
where there it's kind of like social
Yeah, down,
social
right.
healthcare,
Yeah.
like it's like socialist almost.
Somebody was on here the other night from the UK, and I was asking him about dental. Because I remember that being a joke when I was young. My parents were always talking about people in the UK and their bad teeth.
Yeah.
And it's kind of true. I mean, the majority of people you run in from the UK, they got like dental issues, and you wonder why compared to like here, or if your dad had a good job and stuff, everybody went to the dentist and got their teeth fixed. Maybe not braces, but regular dental care. And over there, it was like, what's going on? They said it's just crazy expensive. That's why.
I mean, it's still expensive here if you think about it. Because
Yeah, it is. It is.
I've
But you can
always-
still swing it.
Right. Like there were times when I had to get different things done to my teeth because I couldn't afford a certain procedure, so I had to do something else because it was just too expensive for me at the time. Because dental insurance doesn't cover jack.
No, it's
They
not
only
worth the
cover
shit. Even health insurance doesn't cover jack. $5,000 deductible, 20% copay.
Yeah.
Medicare is the same thing. Then if you get the supplement, there's a
Medicare is a
deductible on that.
joke. Yeah. They pay 80% if you don't have a supplement.
That
And then
supplement, there's a deductible on that.
I know it's screwed, Tom. I pay out of the ass for
Yeah, me
freaking
too.
medical bills and shit.
They take it right out of your Social Security.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
So, just breaking news, Jerome Powell says Federal Reserve is committed to lowering inflation.
Yeah, good luck. Inflation's off the charts. The dollar has no buying power.
I wonder what it's all about.
I mean, it's a funny time to live now. I don't know, like what I see people like, Bopak could tell us. I mean, I just wonder how, like, with young babies and stuff, like, what goes through your mind with regard to the future, considering the way it is now.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I know, Tom.
that would be like worrying me.
Oh, yeah. I worry so much about my niece, a single mom with 3 kids.
Yeah.
She works and she still can't make ends meet. I mean, my sister and I have to help her. What's going to happen when we're gone? I mean, it's so scary. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wing it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We all grew up freaking, no one knew nothing, and there was no internet or Google,
Yeah.
and times were just easier.
Yeah,
Like
big time.
now I think people have too much information, and I think it scares a lot of people, and instead of just going with the flow and stuff, everyone's worried about this and that and everything else. And it's like, when I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones. Like, people trusted their kids to go home, watch themselves, and
Except you.
Yeah, but times are different now. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Michelle, the kids, they had school pictures, freaking $80 for the kids' school pictures if you want to have it, your kids' pictures. Come on. Why do they have to charge $80 for a small packet of your kids' photographs from school? I mean, it's just outrageous now. It's freaking ridiculous.
No, it's
I
nuts.
mean,
what's the deal with kids eating at school now? Where I was from, we never had any cafeteria or hot lunches or any of that stuff. You had a bologna sandwich and a Twinkie, and you got to be glad you had that. But I heard of schools having like pizza and stuff. It's like, you crazy? Are you kidding? What's it like out there for those kids that your niece has? Do they have like hot lunches and stuff?
yeah, they do. They have hot lunches. And now Sarah, my niece's children, they qualify for free lunch.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay for it. But the kids like to take their lunch. So I don't know. They like the lunchbox thing. They like bringing their lunch to school. So my niece packs their lunch for them, but they qualify to get free lunch if they want it. But the kids want to bring their lunch. So
the free lunches like bare bones crap.
No, the kids tell me, yeah, they have pizza, hamburgers, corn dogs. No, they sound like the lunches sound like they're good.
How
Uh,
how much are school lunches now if you have to pay?
I don't know. I don't know, Michelle. I don't know how much the kids' lunches are. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Because I remember when I was in school, it was like $1, and I'm just
Like
wondering.
hot food.
Yeah,
We didn't have any of that.
haha.
Oh, we
Even I
did,
had
Tom.
that
I remember
growing
I
up.
like hearing about
remember.
this place. It's like you got to be kidding me. I would
It
have loved
was
something like that.
it was like so for lunch, I remember as a kid, like you would get a choice, right? So you could opt to get like, peanut butter and jelly sandwich if that's what you wanted, but then if you didn't, there was like, whatever pizza, lasagna,
Really?
um, yeah, like salad bar.
I mean, but kids would have to go and pay for that sometimes.
So unless if like I
What
was,
you had is what we had, Tom, was our parents every month bought a food card and we would go get our hot lunch and they would punch it. Um, but see, we're talking many years for me. But I remember in elementary school, we would get hot lunches. They would come in like a TV dinner tray with foil on top, and it was like 35 cents for our hot lunch, and milk cost a nickel.
see,
Wow.
mine was $1 when I was in
Were
school,
you
and
like looking forward to lunch though?
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
yeah, I was poor. I got free lunches too, and it was awesome. It was
I
like,
never
oh,
knew
this is so
anybody
cool.
that got that. We took our lunch in a bag. Some crap.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
No, we
they had
had.
they had that option. Like if you didn't want what was on the menu, you could have gotten like, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if you
Yeah.
wanted it instead.
But how about these inner city schools and stuff? Do they get hot lunches?
Yeah,
Huh.
yep.
I
Even
think all the kids now. When I was in high school, we used to have vending machines. We had a whole wall full of vending machines when I was in high school, and we used to buy our lunch out of the vending machines.
well, the thing is too is with my the school district here, we pay a lot in school taxes here. Like I'm talking, it's you got to pay a lot of money if you're under 65. You're paying a lot with for school taxes every year. So I mean, they
Oh,
better
really?
give something. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But school taxes, that's what they argue keeps property values up.
Oh, maybe. I
Good
mean,
schools keep good neighborhoods. That's the theory. I don't know if it's like that anymore.
this where I live in Greece Central School District's probably like lower than some of the other neighboring towns, but it's still a decent school district. I mean, it's still decent. George Bush visited Greece Athena High School, so he came into town and did his whole like they turned it into like a big performing
Why
arts
are they
center.
using Greek names out there?
I don't know. Like all of the schools here, there's let's say Olympia, Apollo,
Oh,
Athena, Arcadia.
yeah.
Those are all the school names, but they just kept it as a theme. I have no idea if that's because the town's name's Greece. I mean, there's not honestly, there's not a big Greek population out here. It's not.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how far was that from Rochester, like the town?
It borders Rochester, so it depends on
Okay.
where in the town that you live. Like, um, I live more on the outskirts, probably the furthest part away from the city. But like if you live on the other end of the town, which is huge. Like, so if you live on the other end of the town, like you could literally 2 minutes and you'll be in the city of Rochester.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, if you just go and you went down to Rochester tomorrow and just drove around, is it like bad areas?
Sure is. I mean, I lived in the city when I growing up too for many years. And there's I lived in probably one of the worst areas in the city, but like the city's also divided by like, you know, you have the west side, east side, and like the South Wedge they call it. And um, you know, the east side probably has the most crime and drugs and all of that. And then you have, you know, the west side isn't as bad, but there's still a lot of crimes. And then like the southern part of it is where like you'll find it's like a ritzy part of the city.
I wonder
So you,
what they're going to do about this national drug problem.
Hmm.
they've been talking they've been talking about that for years. I mean that really isn't, I mean, I hope that they figure out a way, but it's been going on forever. So I don't really foresee a major change, especially now with like the cartels and everything, and in Mexico and everything else. It's like I
Yeah,
don't. There's always going to be that. There's
yeah.
always going to have, as long as people want it, there's going to be a way to get it. And now that in New York State it's legal too, it's kind of like you see people like all over the place, you know, especially smoking marijuana. Like it's just becoming more normal, more normalized than it's ever been.
Yeah. Is that marijuana legal out there in Seattle?
Oh yeah, we got weed stores everywhere. My niece works in a weed store, Tom.
Yeah. What'd she say about working there?
Oh my God, she loves it. I mean,
Really?
she's been there now almost 5 years working there. Um, you know, at least, you know, the one thing I can say about my niece, at least she has a job and tries to support her children. You
Yeah.
know, um, she's not on welfare. She does get help with food every month, you know, because she's low income, but at least she's working, you know, 40 hours a week, you know, trying to support her kids. So, but no, yeah, weed stores everywhere here. Yeah, it's legal. I tried the gummies, you know, before to help with my pain, but
Yeah.
Tom, it really didn't help. All it did was make me freaking hungry. Okay. I mean, it didn't really help my pain. So,
What,
but you go to a weed store and that stuff is expensive, Tom.
yeah, I know. Now, does the niece smoke?
No, since she did smoke, yeah, for her anxiety. Um, she told me, you know, when the kids were in bed, then she'd smoke, you know,
Yeah.
outside. But, you know, since she got that DUI, she can't drink or smoke weed. So, she's been clean and sober now for months because of that. So I think that has straightened her up. I really hope that she, you know, after it's over, she doesn't go back to it. But
I
we'll
don't
see
know.
what.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know what. I don't know why you can't smoke weed if you got a drunk driving ticket.
Yeah, I don't know. They put the blower in her car that detects the alcohol, but once a month she has to go for the urine test. And if anything shows up in that, she'll be in big trouble. So,
How long does that go on for?
oh God, I think she's got another 8 months.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, Yeah, you get a DUI now, and it's a big mess, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she had never been in trouble before. It was her first one, and she's going through a lot of shit because of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Did she get her DUI before or after she started working at the smoke shop?
Oh, this is recent, Michelle.
Oh, okay.
She got this last let's see, last December, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last December. She went out with a friend and made a mistake driving and got pulled over.
What
And
was the mistake to get pulled over?
I don't know. The cop pulled her over. She must have been driving, you know, not driving right or something. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So, no, it's yeah. So I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure she learned her lesson about drinking and driving.
I mean,
Um,
anybody could get one.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, I
bad.
know. Yeah. Yeah, I know it. The kids were at her dad's. She went out with her friend and they drank and she got pulled over coming home. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that sucks.
I know, but she shouldn't have been doing it. And hopefully, it won't. Well, everything she's been through, I don't think she'll ever do that again.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, it's at most states 0.8, which it's not like you're getting on the expressway the wrong way. You don't have to
right.
all over the road to get one.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, at least, she didn't get in an accident. She didn't get hurt, thank God for that. So,
Yeah. My dad
but
drank a fifth a day for 40 years. Never missed a day of work.
wow.
Isn't that crazy? Never got a drunk driving ticket either.
You know what? I think back in the day too, it was more normalized.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I think a
Yeah,
lot of people did that,
Yeah, you get in a car wreck, they wouldn't even check you.
right.
Mothers Against Drunk Drivers is what got that whole thing spearheaded and enforced more. Picketing and legislation and political pressure and their
Yeah.
kids getting killed, and they were just hell bent on getting some change, which is good. Not supposed
Oh,
to.
yeah. Yeah, because it always,
You know.
So what's going on tonight? Who's
Partying,
in the chat?
Yeah, not much. You get on just like spur of the moment. I'm surprised this many people come on randomly. You're supposed to promote these and stuff, but I hate doing that. I never feel like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, what's going on tonight? We're having what, Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday chat.
Thursday night. It's ladies' night. That's what it would be at the bar, right? Thursday night.
Ladies' night. Do they even have that anymore? Places?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think bar business is pretty down, isn't it?
Well, yeah, especially since COVID. A lot of bars had to shut down.
It was dead where I was at in Michigan before COVID. I can remember being up there in the 70s, and this is a small, rural, up north town, and there'd be live entertainment at 2 bars, and there'd be a line to get in. And they haven't been doing that in probably 20 years.
Oh, I mean, they still do that here.
They do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can, sure.
Yeah, that's my mistress, Blessed.
What's that?
Blessed was asking if you were my girlfriend.
Oh.
Not yet. I'm still working on it. She's got to get divorced first.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
I was watching.
No, I don't know anywhere where the bar business is flourishing.
It used to. It used to be a big deal.
But I was talking to a guy this summer, and his kid's going to Michigan State. He said they don't even go out on the weekends to bars and have fun stuff like back in the day. He said everybody's on their cell phone and internet, and it's just that's a Big Ten school with 40,000 students. You know, it's crazy.
Who's out? Who's all out and about tonight? Well, Bopak is having a child, right?
Yeah, he's got his chance. Yep, he's got his child. He's tied down now.
Oh boy, what'd you get yourself into, Bopak? It's probably like, let's see.
So bars are packed out near you, Troubles? You could go. There'd be a bar like with live entertainment open. I'm surprised when Mark's doing his lives. He says there's all those bars with live entertainment. I couldn't even tell you where live entertainment is anywhere. Hey, Anthony. No, I really couldn't. Could you go out to a bar right now, or they'd be playing like rock and roll till 2 a.m? Michelle, is that possible?
It used to be. It used to be very possible, but then like COVID happened, and now I don't think the bars are open as late. And
You have any strip clubs there?
yeah.
Okay, well, are they open now?
So the one that's closest to me, that one always like opens and closes for some reason. There's always something going on with that place. Like it'll stay open for a while, or like on weekends, and then it'll shut down. And there's, rumors like, oh, they didn't pay their taxes or something, and then it'll reopen again. But there's two that are in a different, like about a half an hour away from where I live, and they're open most of the time.
Huh.
Yeah. But a lot of those places really don't do well here. We had a bar called, it was a sports bar called the Tilted Kilt, and it was kind of like a Hooters in a way, except, there's girls in like plaid skirts and whatever. And that place got shut down within like 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I think people just didn't like having. I'm surprised that any of the strip clubs here stayed open long.
Yeah.
be
I wonder
honest
how
with
that business is like generally most places. If it's like it was huge in the 70s and 80s. I just wonder if it's like that places now.
I mean, people still like going to them and, whatever, but it is what it is. Like, it's for usually people that go there aren't from around here. So I think people like come into town and like go to these, they like might live like a city or two away, and they'll stop in and
Well, it's
whatever.
Bike Week in Daytona, huh?
Yeah, I used to go to Bike Week all the time in Daytona. That's fun.
Chris, the links. Now, Chris should be able to see the link, shouldn't he?
So if you post the link in the chat,
I did post it.
oh, well, it's posted on the screen,
Right.
but like you can't just click it. You got to type it in manually. So you
Oh,
got to
you
make
do.
sure that all the words,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, okay. You can't just click it, huh?
No, if you put it in the chat, anybody can do that.
Oh, okay. I guess there are some places some of the bars are still happening. Good for them.
Yeah, we just got back from eating dinner, so
Oh, what'd you have?
crappy Wendy's.
I had some of their
Wendy's isn't
chili
bad.
for the first time in a long time the other night. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
not
Wendy's had good chili. I used to love their
Yeah.
chili.
Come on up, Kripta. Yeah, come on up.
They can, now you can buy their chili at Walmart now. They canned it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
I don't know
bottled
if
it.
it's that good.
It's probably not nearly as good as it is.
None of that stuff is. I get Dunkin' Donut coffee at Walmart. It's not as good.
Yeah, it's not.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah, you always wonder that too, It's like Taco Bell. Taco Bell used to do that all the time with their stuff too. You see it in stores,
I bought a California Pizza Kitchen pizza, and they're not the same as if you get them at a California Pizza Kitchen. There's one company that makes them for like everybody.
So here's the deal, because I used to sell frozen
Yeah.
pizzas.
Yeah, come
That
on.
was one of my jobs that I had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was a vendor for Nestle. So, and Nestle makes DiGiorno pizzas and a bunch of other. Stick with DiGiorno. DiGiorno's
Yeah,
probably
I
the
saw those
best
tonight.
tasting.
I don't like that thicker crust though.
Well, they have thinner crusts though too, because we used to have to taste all those, like the California Pizza
Yeah,
Kitchen
but
ones.
Kraft makes those for California.
Did you hear that the mayor? Did you hear about the mayor in New York now wants to ban pizza? Well, not the kind of fire kind. The New York mayor wants to ban the ones that you.
The wood fire pizzas?
Yes, the mayor in New York wants to ban those. Yeah, he wants to ban them. Yeah. He thinks that
Why?
they're dangerous and they can start fires and they're just not good. Yeah.
Frisky said you can click on the chat link.
Yeah, and the if you post it on the in the chat.
I know it was something that they talked about. I don't know if they actually did it or not. But
Yeah, I got one of those tonight. Yeah, margarita style. Yeah, but I know they're not the same, and neither are the ones. If you go to a California Pizza Kitchen in an airport, it's the frozen kind you get at the store. It's not a real California Pizza Kitchen.
Actually, Panera Bread has a really good margarita pizza.
Really?
And they
I
had a
never
s-
liked anything I got there.
Really?
Yeah,
I know
Really?
you
stuff's frozen, you know.
I know you probably don't watch a lot of TV, Tom, but I don't know if she does or not. But have you ever watched that show called with Gordon Ramsay called Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares?
No, I know about it, but I never watched it.
Have you ever watched it?
I watched Hell's Kitchen like
The
twice.
Kitchen Nightmares. You never watched none of those?
No.
Oh man, you got to see those episodes. Whew. I'm telling you. I mean, you know, it's
Goes
not
on in some of these restaurants.
what goes on behind the scenes in some of these restaurants. You wouldn't believe. You only knew.
Oh, I know because I've been there. It's brutal.
Every episode that he does, that he goes in these restaurants and tries their food before. Nothing is edible. Nothing is edible that he tries. His most latest one, he has a new season now. We just saw the new episode. It was in New Jersey. He just did an episode in New Jersey.
Michelle, what's so great about those pizzas you're talking about?
Oh, no, we would have taste tests of like the frozen pizzas, and before, because I'm from New York and there's so many amazing pizza places here, so New York's very big on pizza. I was like, I'm not gonna like any of these freaking frozen pizza. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But I was surprised, especially with the DiGiorno brand pizzas. They were probably, I mean, it's still not going to be like, you get a pizza here, at one of our local pizza shops. It's not going to be like that, but it was decent. I was like, wow, I was surprised. So I tried them all. And,
Hey, I don't know. Better than Tombstone?
oh, way better. Oh, come on, Tom.
Yeah, they're not bad. I don't think they're bad. Neither are Jack's.
Exactly. I like both of them, by the way. I think they're both good.
Here's Impolo, Iggy Pop.
Hey, how
I
you
like
doing?
that one.
Good.
I like that one frozen pizza, but it tastes like a pizzeria one. I'm trying to think of the name of it. What's that one?
You getting any good frozen pizzas out there, Impolo?
Yeah, home run
Yeah,
pizza.
there's one kind I always get when I cook with my Acorn. It's like a smoker, a certain type with a yellow box, but I forget what it's called. I think it's the California type.
Yeah.
I just don't remember the name of it.
Well,
But it's
Home
really
run
good.
is
I
good.
get the one with the mushrooms.
Home run is really good too.
Hey, Skyball,
Hey,
where you been?
I think I haven't seen you in a while. Maybe it's just because YouTube hasn't shown that you popped up live.
Yeah, that's probably it. Conspiracy. That's Impolo. James. And that's Skyball. She's been on before.
How you
How you
doing?
been, Skyball?
I've been doing good. How you been doing?
Good. Everything's okay.
Yep.
What's your favorite frozen pizza?
Mm,
I wish I knew the name of the pizza, but I can't check it out on the internet right now. I'll sign off.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't mind the cheap Red Baron ones sometimes. DiGiorno's okay. Depends.
Yeah, I don't like DiGiorno's. It's nasty.
Home run is the best one because it's like a pizzeria.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Home
there's
run.
another good brand that's really good. It's Prosciutto's. Prosciutto's is awesome,
Oh,
especially if you smoke it.
I was gonna say there's California Pizza Kitchen. They're okay if you like
yeah, I
thin
get
crust.
those.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I get, thin crust, yeah.
That's the kind I usually get. It's cheaper than bruschetta, but bruschetta's really good. That's like the best.
I
Really?
like them too.
Pre-baked, partially baked from home run restaurants.
Some of these towns have these places, yeah, where you go in and buy a partially cooked pizza. I don't get that.
Oh, Papa Murphy's.
Yeah, Papa Murphy's. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, I either want the damn thing frozen and I'll do the whole thing, or make it for me.
That's how I feel too.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, why bother cooking it? What's the big? Can somebody explain this to me?
Well, it's like those restaurants, like you constantly see people over in Japan where they bring everything out to you and you have to cook it. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
forget that.
I'd rather just why not do it at home?
Yeah, why go out to eat?
Exactly.
Hey, what's your favorite? Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Caesar's? Tom.
Oh, no, I won't get a pizza for any of those places.
Yeah.
None of them?
They're all terrible. You know, I used to stomach a Domino's here and there, 10 years ago. But, a few years ago, they changed their recipe. And I don't know how they stay in business. Their pizzas are terrible.
Their steak sandwiches are good, though. I get those all the time now. I don't get
The
pizza.
best pizza I ever had was a pizza place in Greentown in Detroit. I forget the name of the restaurant. but it's
Somebody
pretty
else
cool.
told me about that, too.
Probably the best pizza I've ever had in my
You
life.
get back to Detroit much? James? You get back to Detroit much?
Not very often. I actually went back to Detroit last week. I went to get a Winnebago that my friend sold.
Oh, okay.
We're in Roseville, Michigan.
Oh, cool.
So I did go back to Detroit last week, which was nice, but I haven't been there in like 4 years.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't want to go back up there.
Oh, all
So I
right.
finally went back up there.
Oh, okay.
Have a good night, Tom.
All right. See you, Chris. Bye, Deb. Yeah. I've driven 2 Class A motorhomes back from Miami for
Yeah,
people.
yeah, it's a Class C motorhome.
Yeah, it was all right, but I wouldn't. You couldn't give me one of those things to travel around. What a pain in the ass, especially towing a car behind you.
My grandfather has those and he's old. He's almost 90 years old and he still refurbishes and sells them. He loves
Yeah,
them.
I really love it a lot. It's a 1976 Winnie Mini. It has
Yeah.
a bathroom, shower. It could sleep about 4 people. And my wife and I have been updating working on it for last week. She loves it.
Oh, cool.
You can make good money refurbishing and reselling them.
I bet you can. Yeah. How long has he been doing that?
My grandfather, well, he used to fly planes, I guess, like you did, and he would refurbish planes, but we finally talked him out of that. So probably 10-ish years, 15 years. He's almost 90. So we were trying to talk him out of it when he was in his 70s. So
And he'll still refinish one and actually get it done.
he pays people to do that. He goes and he watches everything.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't do it himself.
Yeah. Now, does he ever take one and spin around on
Yes.
his own?
And we don't like that.
No, see,
Nope.
he's got to be in pretty good shape for 90, isn't he?
Yes. He had some health issues recently, but he's doing okay. So still, he's got enough money to where he's one of those types that can go wherever to get stuff taken care of.
Yeah, good for him. Cool. How's your job going?
Going well.
Good.
I wish I had the money my grandfather did.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll will you some of it.
Probably not. I think it'll go to my dad and other people, my uncle and people like that.
Oh, okay. Shit, that's about the only way to get money nowadays, get it inherited.
That's true. To be fair, I'm an only child, technically. I technically have a half sister, but there's a weird story behind that. But everything is going to go to me. So once they die, once my parents die,
Yeah. I hope it works out that way.
hopefully. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, right.
With the way everything's going these days, who the hell knows?
Yeah, you never know, man. I mean, I'll tell you, man, I know a lot of people thought that, it's like they were going to get this inheritance and this and that. And there's just, I hope it works out for you.
Yeah, I'm not hoping for it. I'm
Yeah.
just going to assume I'll never get it. My dad is actually the same way. He always says, I could get it, but you never know. So
Yeah, right.
live your life like you're never going to get it.
Yep. That's a good way, good philosophy.
Yeah. Wow.
So, what do you do for a living?
I work with different businesses to help them out on their websites and applications to make them more like user friendly.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're not as ridiculous as some of them are.
Oh, cool. No, I have a sister who does that.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
That's Michelle. Yeah. How long you been doing that?
A few years now.
How'd you learn how to do that?
I got into it by accident, kind of like everything I've gotten into.
That's a good thing to get in. That's
Yeah,
that's
but I've been looking into like doing more network, like getting a comp TIA and like networking stuff for
Yeah, that's a good profession. You make a lot of money.
IT stuff.
Jobs are always available.
Yeah.
yeah, especially if you're like
I
contract
think if I would have went to college again, I would get into IT.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
There's
We're
some
not-
people who go to these
You always gotta
programming
learn
schools.
about new things. You got to keep updated. But still, though, there's always plenty of jobs available if you keep updated with the technology.
Yep.
You get to work out of your home.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. How about, I know people that have like spent like 40 grand and they learn how to program, like 6-month deal.
That can be good or bad depending on you can literally learn it on your own without spending a whole bunch of money, but it really depends on
Oh, totally. It's like YouTube.
yeah, usually what they say is to get like a GitHub profile and start building your own different programs and things
Yeah.
so you can show off to people. It really depends on what you're trying to do, but I wouldn't spend 40 grand. It would make more sense just to go to college than spend 40 grand on a boot camp thing.
Oh, really?
Get a degree in it.
Yeah. Usually the companies like degrees more than they like boot camps from everything I've read.
You learned coding there, right?
You can certainly learn coding from school and the boot camps, depending on whatever you're trying to go into, Python, Red Ruby, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What kind of programming language do you work with?
I don't do programming language. I just know about it.
Oh, yeah.
So, like all that stuff, like
It's hard to learn. I try to learn how to program several times, and I kind of give up. I don't have the right mind.
Yeah, it takes a certain type of person. I got irritated. I've tried to learn some programming. I got irritated with it really early on.
Me too. I would have loved to have learned. Like, I got really excited because I always have ideas of how to like make cool programs and stuff, and it's just takes a certain kind of mind,
It really
Like
does.
mathematical mind.
Yeah, it's better to, if you're trying to go into it, try and go through the free resources you can before you ever spend any money, so you don't waste money.
yeah. I wish somebody come out and compete with YouTube.
The only people that are trying to compete ever that I ever heard of was Pornhub. So
Yeah. They got the worst
Literally.
search engines. Pornhub.
I don't really know. I just remember reading they were going to try to compete, and they've slowly said over the years they were going to try to. And I was like, if all people could, at least you have like the database space and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I think Pornhub's out of Italy.
Yeah, they're out of Europe somewhere because they have you can look in their background. It's funky. I've read about
it
them
is.
and
is.
the owners.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I think Pornhub just sold.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. How about those? Did you ever read that story on those guys in the back page?
Yes, and then they were. Did any of them ever go to prison? Because that was
they did.
Yeah.
And they threw the book at those guys.
And to be fair, most of that, I get some of it because it was there were pimps placing women's ads on there, and that's not correct to me. But I do think to some degree prostitution should be legal. So it's not like they can control what goes on their website, just like YouTube doesn't control when weird shit goes on their site.
They're not liable for it either.
No, it's what, section 230 or whatever it is.
203.
203.
Yeah, and the Supreme Court refused to hear that a few months back, so they're home free. They're not responsible for content. Yeah.
So right here it says this was published in August 21st, 2023. Pornhub's parent company MindGeek has changed its name to Alo, stating a fresh start and renewed commitment to innovation, diverse and inclusive adult content, and trust and safety. Ethical Capital Partners, a Canadian-based private equity firm,
Yeah,
bought
there you
the
go,
parent
Steve.
company in March this year.
Yeah, they want to keep secret. Yeah, that's
They've been
what,
trying to keep secret for years, and there's actually a company that's bigger than them. Isn't it the company that owns XNXX? I can't recall
I
what
didn't,
that.
I didn't know they were that big.
Yeah, they're actually bigger than the company that owns Pornhub or was
How about
MindGeek.
Hamster?
I don't know who owns them.
Huh.
I've read about it a little bit because a lot of the people that own it are really shady individuals, which I guess you'd expect. But
Remember that Silk Rose thing?
oh, Silk Road.
Yeah, Silk
Yes.
Rose. Yeah.
Yep. That one,
Yes.
I think that was a great idea.
It worked for a while until he tried to kill the people that ratted him out.
He never got convicted of that, though.
He did too.
No, he did not get
Yes,
convicted
yes,
of
he
killing
did.
it.
No,
No,
but he
no.
got convicted of conspiracy. He's in
Yes.
prison for 60 years.
Well, he's actually in prison for longer than that. It's life plus something. Like he's never going to get out.
Right, but it was for conspiracy to commit murder.
I don't think he got conspiracy. He got I have to look up, but they originally did charge him for that trying to kill somebody, and then that got dropped. I can look it up, but
Okay.
either way, he's stuck there for life. I think his idea was a good idea, and I personally wish we would just legalize drugs or do something better
Yeah.
than what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But at least back in the day, most of that stuff was tested. It was clean. You bought what you wanted. Nowadays, everything has fentanyl in it. So
Yeah.
good luck.
That's true. Yep.
And I've known multiple people that have died from that. So
But some of the people sometimes will come on for the Scandinavian countries on a chat, and that hasn't exactly been fantastic for them either, just because they legalized it. It didn't take care of plenty of problems.
true, but
Denmark, Sweden.
yeah, but do they tax it? Usually it's decriminalized.
Right, but I mean, it hasn't like made it just one big great place to live.
Yeah, I don't think there's a true solution to it personally. I just
Yeah.
think like if people are going to do something, they're going to do it. At least tax it and use that money to help for rehabilitation or
Well-
whatever needs.
Well, just like the porn industry, there's a lot of like drugs and
Yeah,
prostitution
yeah.
going on, even with porn and like you just said, like with Pornhub and stuff, it's a multi-million-dollar like it generated. I think I read a statistic where it was generating more views during the pandemic than like what was it, Amazon or let me
It's
see.
It's a $1 billion industry.
Yeah. But I mean, that's as free market as it gets. No one's forcing people to go on Pornhub. I mean, it goes to show you there's a big demand.
Oh, for sure. But I don't
Well,
think people realize like what's really going on either.
I know I've supported them as much as I can.
What's
Their search engines are terrible, though. They're the worst.
they don't need to have a good search engine.
Well, they should. I mean, then why do they brag about their searches and they've got everything, categorized in things? I mean, if you go on and find a video you like, you better write the name of it down.
I wouldn't know. I haven't bothered to do that.
Well, you wouldn't know. And some
Personally,
people, I
no.
guess, just probably, yeah. Well, I'm sure it's like 99% guys.
Probably.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
I've
I'm
never in my
guessing
whole life, I've never known any women that would watch porn by themselves.
I don't. I've only read about the industry because I find it
Yeah, what a
interesting.
shame. But it's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know why. You know,
It's kind
now,
of fascinating to think about.
yeah, I know. But I mean, just think if they watched it as much as men, how different the world would be.
Could it be any worse than it is?
Yeah, it probably would be. I think we're probably glad that they don't. And it's just interesting how the mind works. Hell, no wonder why divorce is so high.
Totally.
Well, they say that like watching porn like regularly like screws something up with your brain. Like any
Oh,
kind
I
of
can vouch for
addiction.
that.
There's something in your brain that
Yeah, there's been
what was
psychological
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like some kind
studies.
of
Yeah.
psychological thing.
Well, they've
Like,
said
what
like,
did it do? Like, I know it kind of hurt my dating life.
well, what
Well, that's not at all.
Yeah.
sometimes what
Hello.
they say is like the
Mm.
worse you start getting to more extreme stuff, and it starts getting you into crazy things, like a lot of the people
No,
that
I
end up
don't think it did with
arrested.
me. I just had a hard time getting over two good-looking cheerleaders eating each other's out, and then dating a 65-year-old woman with handfuls of cellulite.
Good luck.
You're an ass.
And you're wondering, I need
It
it.
probably happens with like a few people, but not everyone.
Yeah, thank you. No,
Well,
but it's like a no-brainer. I mean, they're wondering why guys watch this. He's shitting me.
well,
What
yeah,
I can't figure out, this is the weird thing, and people will argue this different ways. Someday I hope I get to know the truth of this. And that's why it's like, why do older males still like think the way they do about younger women? That just doesn't seem, it seems counterintuitive for a species if you expect like happiness and to people to grow together at the same rate. Why did the man's brain stay that way? I mean, I wish it wasn't that way.
Maybe that's why so many older men, when their wives, and there's studies on this too, but when their wives get sick, they leave them for somebody younger.
Yeah, no, it's true. That's no kidding. Yeah, I know. And that just blows the whole theory, the whole thing up until then. Of romance novels and love affairs and songs on the radio and the whole 9 yards. But you just think it wouldn't be that blatant that often.
I think
My guess is
Why?
when you're
people.
developed, your brain is developed as a way to reproduce, but then your brain kind of stays that way. So even if you don't want to reproduce, your brain still operates in that fundamental level where you want to have sex with someone.
Well, the thing is too, right, Tom, and I'm sure you can agree with us, is people want instant gratification nowadays, right? Because everything is so instant. Everything is so easy
Yeah.
for us to
Yeah, but I'd
acquire,
still
right?
rather have it instant with a 20-year-old than a 65-year-old.
Right. Well, here's the thing. So like when you're in a relationship, and this made a good point, like, and something goes wrong in the relationship, they're kind of like, well, I'm used to these instant happy fixes. So like
Fucking
I would
A.
rather go, you know, online or, whatever to fix a problem instead of just like sticking with it.
Yeah, I don't know if it fixed any problem. I mean, it's pleasure seeking, it's hedonism, it's human behavior. I mean, they act like, you're right next to a fucking serial killer when you're watching a bunch of porn. That's not true. I film clouds and I beekeep.
I still don't understand why you like being around bees. That would scare
Yeah, I
the
don't either. I mean, why do these
living hell out of me.
yeah, I can't figure this out. I don't know why, why you end up thinking the way you do anyway about anything. It's crazy. It's weird, but if I could had my druthers and I could like get an operation on my brain to where I would like seek like women my age, like I'd like to seek younger ones, I'd be happier.
It might be one like
Maybe I'm
some kind
shallow. I just admit to it because it saves an argument. It's like fat women too. I don't like them. Sorry.
You very well might be shallow. Even my grandfather, who's been through multiple
Yeah,
wives,
but am I shallow because I
he
can't
dated
have a?
some younger ones.
Am I shallow because I don't want a romantic relationship with a 350-pound woman? I say no.
Well,
I'm
that's
not.
not.
I'm not
I
saying like yay
I
or
wouldn't call
nay to
that
like
shallow.
any of that.
Thank you. What would it be then?
I would say that y- I don't know. Like you just obviously are attracted to the 350-pound woman,
Yeah,
but that's
but
You,
why?
you know what
Why
you
isn't
like.
that a possibility?
Well, I know men who are attracted to larger women, and I
Now we're
don't know
talking about
why.
blacks.
We're talking about feeders.
No, I mean, I know a lot of
Sorry.
guys who like bigger women.
Yeah,
So
most don't.
I don't know. It's a preference.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it is a preference. Go to a fucking strip club down there in Rochester, the one you said that's opening and closing all the time. See how many fat girls are dancing? None.
I've been to a strip
well,
club before, and it was only unfortunately because it was around my birthday, and my birthday just happens to be around the bad time of the year to go to a strip club because everybody's out of town, and I've seen some unfortunate things that I wish I never saw years
Strip
ago.
clubs?
Yes.
You're at the wrong clubs then.
Well, probably because there's been a lot of shootings there. So
Yeah, right. I'm talking about like one that, let's say, for an example, like was one you'd see they were doing some news story.
well,
A typical strip club.
I've been to that strip club before prior. This is many years
Now,
ago.
do you
But
go? Is your boy? I've noticed with men, that's kind of a control thing.
no, I don't go with my boyfriend. I would go. I don't really care. But it's been many years. Both of us have been separately. I don't care.
Did you go by yourself?
Years ago, that was prior to being with my boyfriend. I went with other people. I've been to multiple different ones over the years.
So it was
So,
dates or friends?
friends, and then also boyfriend at the time as well. I believe or boyfriends. Have to remember now. I've been to multiple.
So was that just like nothing else better to do, or?
It was just going out, having fun, having
Okay.
drinks.
Okay. All
You
right.
know, like going to a club or something. Like I don't mind it. Doesn't bother me.
But Michelle, I'm talking about a typical example of a strip club, not some fucking, we drive for 45,000 miles and we find some place that has 350-pounder dancing. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? It's like porn movies, same shit. Why are you shallow when you cannot be attracted in any way to fat girls? Skyball says no. I don't think so either. It's just, I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time researching stuff I don't give a fuck about.
well, it's just
But
like
most guys don't want
well,
that. Why?
well, it's just like most women like taller men.
Yeah, right. Same shit. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like how many times I know a lot of my girlfriends, and none of them would be like, yeah, I really want a short man. Like no one
Right. No,
really
that's it. Yeah.
So
So
I
would
guess
that be a deal breaker?
for a lot of them, yeah, like they
Okay.
would, no way they would
You
date.
think that's being shallow?
In a sense, it is.
See, I don't really think it is. I think that's the way it's articulated.
I think you're closing your mind to maybe somebody who was really good for you. Like, I
No,
mean, I could understand
fuck.
if you find
Jesus.
somebody who's like
You got to be on some
totally
kind of fucking drugs tonight.
no, I'm just saying, if you find somebody like totally disgusting, like I get it, right? So like I get it. If you're not attracted to the person, then there's going to
Yeah.
be
Okay.
issues.
Thank you. But why isn't it attractive? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
It could
Because
be you know what it
being
is?
oops, sorry.
It's because they look unhealthy.
Yep.
Not that they are,
That's
but
what I was
they
gonna say.
look unhealthy. Just like if you saw somebody who's like in good shape, they look healthy. They may not be
I don't
healthy.
think that's
I think
not
it
how I
really
look.
comes down to human instinct.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Like how sea turtles know where to go back to lay eggs. It's our instinct.
Yeah, I think it is too. I mean, this is no secret. I mean, look at newscasters, rock stars, movie stars. I mean, who's shitting fucking who? Right?
I
Yes or
mean,
no?
That and
the
there's,
thing is,
I was gonna say, there's some studies that have said that you're attracted to somebody that looks like you, and I notice that a lot of times, like with celebrities and like pairings of people out in the media, and I'm always like, damn, these people look related.
Yeah, but
There's
I'll
some
give you an
truth to that.
example. Like if I look like it, let's say for an example, I went on, it was YouTube, and there was like, they had a fat girls party. And there were like 5 fat girls laughing and drinking. I'd flip that fucker in about a half second. And then I'd turn on the girls high diving, these college girls high diving at these universities. I think, oh my God, man, these girls are so beautiful. You know, and they're so graceful and like humble and nice and feminine, and quiet. And then I just see these other ones. And it's just like a totally different way of thinking.
Well, they're also at the prime of their life too.
I
Yeah,
think
they are. I mean, it's true, but I mean, it shouldn't be that like, I mean, there's different things going on in my mind.
I think
Not like perverted stuff. It's just like, oh, that is really a beautiful woman, you know, like instantly. Instead of like, oh my God, why am I on this channel? I
well,
mean,
'cause-
this is facts. This is like
Right.
no secret you have to uncover.
well, men are obviously attracted to femininity, right?
Yeah,
And
maybe it's not. Maybe that's it. Femininity. They don't seem feminine.
right, and maybe in your eyes, that to you, you don't look at them as feminine, and you're not as attracted to them. Like just like
Well,
voices
there's
too.
less
Like
like estrogen and hormones going then too once you get older.
Yeah. Well, they catch up. The older women catch up with the young, fatter ones.
There's still some pretty
It makes
great
you
looking older women out there though.
Yeah, it's not the
oh
same.
yeah,
And yeah, just ask another woman, right? Let's ask some guys. It's not the same. You know, I lived in a nice neighborhood in Chicago, and it was just loaded with these professional women that, you know, got on a fucking treadmill for 3 hours, getting up at 4 a.m. before they went to their $200,000 a year job. They were attractive older women, but it's nothing like young, attractive women. Nothing at all. It's not the same. They look attractive compared to other 50-year-old women, not to 25-year-old women.
Well, you
well,
gotta impress the young ones with your money.
And they look
'cause
as good as you could look.
otherwise, otherwise,
mean?
good luck.
well,
I'm
the
just curious is like why this is like this. Like, you know, it's
because
like every
this is
guy
why.
I know.
This is why. This is why. Because you're wired to reproduce. They're at like a fertile reproducing age where they look healthy, their skin's healthy. Um, you know, they still so that's what it is. It's just about reproducing. What about even if you don't want to actually really have a baby or anything else, like that's what it is. They're at their fertile years.
Yeah, look at like someone like what was it, Al Pacino that had
Yeah,
kids recently, and he's 80.
yeah.
Like,
Who else had
he's
kids
got the
for
money, but
Yeah.
but it was with someone that
Oh,
was
thank you,
even
Christine.
younger than me, like 29, 30. And
But
I'm
you know,
like,
they found
ugh.
out it's like it used to blame it on the women and you know old eggs. Now that old sperm isn't quite at what they thought it was either.
Yep, it can cause more like issues with
Yeah.
autism and other problems.
I
Yeah.
think even Richard Gere had kids recently, and he's in the 70s.
Yeah,
His wife, I
saw
think,
that.
is 40.
And then there's
Yeah,
another one.
there's a perfect example. All these guys, these good-looking guys with money. None
Mick
of them are
Jagger.
marrying. Yeah, none of
Another
them are marrying. None of them have 65-year-old, 70-year-old wives. None of them.
Some of them
The only-
do.
Yeah, a couple.
I
Most
wouldn't
don't. Why?
want to have kids with somebody that age though, unless they really wrote
But I
me
think
into their
that's a
will
whole
well.
different thing. That's like not the real world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of young girls that they do all sorts of shit to know that they were going to get this guy's money when he died, even if it meant having sex with him for 20 years until he did. I think it happens. It's like a different, it's not like normal, which is why
Well,
when you're in the grocery store and stuff, it's mostly people of the same age. You got some guy with crazy money and some girl that's uneducated that really wants money and runs into a guy like this, and they make kind of an agreement. But I just don't think it's the same, even though they're husband and wife.
Well, a lot of the people that I find where like they're older and then their wives are younger,
Mhm.
they get their wives from outside of the United States too. So I see that a lot too, and I don't know what that has to do with um everything, but a lot of their younger wives aren't from this country.
I can tell to some degree what that has to do with is that they're trying to bring their family over to the US or to
Right.
Europe or wherever. They're kind of like 90 Day Fiance and those shows where you see different partnerships. People are trying to
Yeah.
they're trying to help out their family.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That makes sense.
And back in the day, usually many years ago, not right now. A lot of times you weren't married for love. You were married because
Oh yeah.
your
Well,
father married you off and
right.
you
No,
went
this
to the
this is
best family.
Well,
see,
look, they're still
I'm
doing
glad
that.
some
Arranged marriages.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I've
someone
known
else brought
some.
this up because that's what I was trying to tell you the other day. Like from biblical times, like the man would actually pay the father of the girl
Yeah, it
for
was a
to be the
dowry.
bride. Yeah.
Dowry.
I
That's what they call it. Yeah.
I
And
knew
now
someone that was I've actually known a couple people that were in arranged marriages. One worked out really well, but it's not I don't think it's something I'd personally wanted to go through. But it was interesting to hear a story of one that it worked out well with. But
Yeah. Yeah.
they
That makes
actually they actually got to choose from what their father had multiple people, multiple men, and they gave her the option to choose which one was the best one for her, which was nicer. And she said, I'm so thankful it worked out that way in comparison to what I saw with everybody else and how miserable it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have a pretty good success rate,
Yeah, they do.
but it's a different agreement.
Exactly. It's a lot on it's money, family, and in this case, it's an Indian
Yeah.
woman.
Indian. Yeah. They're
Yeah,
here. A lot of them. Yep. Arranged marriages.
yep. But it worked out really well for them. So, but I personally wouldn't like that or want to do that.
yeah, I
And
knew
that's part of the
someone.
reason why they're going over there.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people are surprisingly happy when they have arranged marriages.
It's
I
weird, isn't
mean,
it? Yeah. I know.
I knew a couple and the girl did not want to do it, but she went through with it anyways, and it was just like a crying thing. Like she cried at her wedding, like I don't know. So I mean,
Yeah, I've known
I'm
one
sure
that
it
was
works a lot of times, but
not
sometimes
great.
yeah.
It's not always great. It really depends on the type of family structure you
The
have.
luck of
That
it's the
luck of the
luck of the
draw.
draw.
Yep.
It's not a fair comparison.
Yeah. It's
I mean, it's true they end up getting married, but for completely different reasons.
yeah.
The one downside about it too is just like you don't. It's sometimes just finding your partner is like special within itself.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like forced marriages. I mean, because you're almost like forced, and it's like you never
Or
know. Like I don't know. It's not really letting like nature take its course. If you're like, if they're like, this is your, and you just gotta like it,
then you kind of question like, does your partner really love you? Like when you're just finding someone just to find someone, it's like you're together because you love each other, not because you've been arranged to be together.
It's okay. It's okay because my father, when I married my husband, asked him for money. And my husband was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Where's my?" He's like, it was kind of funny.
He's asking you for a dowry?
No, he was asking my husband, "Where's my money? You want my daughter?"
Jeez. God. Well, I hope that was a joke.
Yeah, I do too. It was a joke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say. There's a gas station guy here. He's got the super pretty wife. Really nice, educated too, and that was an arranged marriage. But you'll never know what she thinks because you'll never get a clip. They have a couple kids. I don't know.
Some of them will say, or at least the one woman I knew would say, she said she felt very lucky getting married to him and appreciated being married to him, even though they were different people, but had different ideas about life and things. But she always said she lucked out in life and she was very thankful to be married to him. And she told him that. So.
Well, good for her. Well, luck's a part of everything.
Yeah.
I just feel like it wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah. How long you been married?
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah. Well, hang in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Make it to 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be my goal.
Yeah. 2 years. Shit. Now this is making more sense.
Well, we've been together for 10 years though.
Oh, okay. How'd you meet your wife?
I used to go to Unity Church, but I don't anymore. And I met her over there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, what's Unity's? What's their mantra?
It isn't really a religion. It's just kind of it's non-denominational.
Okay, so no God you're praying to or anything?
Well, they believe in God, but they kind of just support all religions, not just one.
Oh, okay. Well, good. It worked out for you then. Maybe it's just fate with people.
Well, that's what you would
Right,
like to think. You would like to think it's fate, but not when it's arranged or.
Yeah, but that's fate too.
You'd like to think there's some reason we're all here and
Yeah.
we're meeting each other for some reason, whatever it may be, good or bad.
But if you look at people that got married and met someone like Infolove did, I mean, if 3 more years could have went by and they'd have both met other people and been telling the same story.
True.
Just depends on, I guess, fate. Although
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I always hate that, everything happens for a reason. I don't like that saying. It drives me
Yeah,
nuts.
I don't buy that. I don't believe that.
I think we all make our own choices
Right.
and stuff happens. But
And
I think
I don't think you can determine your fate. It's
yeah,
different than making a decision.
That's true.
I-
You can't sit there and be like, oh, because I made a decision to take a job or whatever, that I'm going to be happy. You're right. You made a choice or who you pick as a partner. You think you're going to be happy. You're hoping that you do, but it doesn't mean that that's where it's going to end up. You're right.
it's just making you feel better about yourself at the time. Oh
Probably
yeah,
is.
I'm doing good right now. Feel okay.
Yeah.
We won't really know until we're dead if anything actually happens. Who the hell knows?
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. Nobody got back with anybody. I'm just
I think
hoping.
that's what makes being alive fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know, if you knew it was ahead of you, it wouldn't be as exciting.
Yeah, it wouldn't be exciting. It's just I think that's part of being here is just the point of being here is just not knowing what's going to happen next, and you're just learning as you go and growing.
Yeah.
And
I'm just
pray
still hoping. I'm still hoping
Excited to learn new things.
I hoping when my last day comes, I'm praying and hoping, and I hope I have your support, that I die from a massive heart attack on top of my 18-year-old mail order bride.
Just fall asleep. That'll be better than a heart attack. That sounds worse.
That's probably just as equal a chance of happening.
I'd
Be
rather
careful what you wish for.
Exactly. I'd rather just if I die, I hope it's in my sleep. I don't want anything
Yeah,
else.
me too.
Or if I have cancer or something like that, I'm sorry, but I've even my dad has said it's easier to OD at that point. Just make
But
it
if you
quick.
think about it, like dying seems sad, so many occurrences, but just think if you had like terminal diseases and you didn't die. I mean, so dying, I mean, it's the life circle, right?
Yeah, well, I'd rather if
It's
I
your
had a
way
terminal
out. It's like,
if I had a if I had a terminal disease, I hope I can OD quickly and just go fast.
well, you can in Oregon and Connecticut and Vermont.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I
That's
still
how I'd
think,
rather go.
have you watched some of these YouTube videos where these people are like diagnosed with 4-stage lung cancer and they're going to die in 30 days? And they're
Oh,
doing YouTube videos?
are you seeing the one woman I'm watching right now?
I'm
think-
watching the husband talking about a woman because he promised her he'd do it.
Is
It's
the
so
last
damn heart-wrenching, sad.
Well, there's a channel I watch
I've
it
seen a few
regularly.
of them though where they're no longer around.
Well, I'm watching a channel when they're still around, and the husband has a channel and the wife has a channel, and the last name
This
is
is an
Apple.
interesting discussion, but I got to sign up because I got to go inside and see
All
my
right,
wife.
good night.
Good night.
I'm going to still chit chat though.
All right. Yeah, it's. I think I might have saw the husband's one. I didn't know she had. Is her name Jessie?
It starts with a J, I think, but
Yeah, there
her
you go.
last name is
But I
Apple.
saw his. I saw his.
Well, I think her last name is Appleton, but the channel is Apple or something, and she has lung cancer.
4-stage lung cancer.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
so
we've
I
seen.
think I saw the husband last night.
Yeah, I've seen her too, and I actually really appreciate those channels as they're horrid, kind of
Yeah, they
bad to
are.
watch, but
What's the point though?
for them,
Right,
I
right.
think because they have 2 young children.
Oh, they do. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's just documenting everything for them so they can see their mother and the things they did with her and how the husband felt and everything like that. And I actually appreciate it because they go over like the different cancer treatments, the stuff they're going through. It's kind of helpful if for some reason you ever have like symptoms of lung cancer or anything like that. I've had lung cancer in my family, so
Yeah,
God forbid I ever get it.
yeah,
Be worthwhile watching back, but they're really depressing to watch.
yeah.
It's
I
it's
saw.
not.
I think I saw the husbands. Are they like about 40 something?
They're in their mid 30s, I think, or
Okay.
close to 40.
Okay.
I think she's 35 or 36. I'm not sure how old the husband is, but
Wow.
close to that.
Yeah, I think I caught his last night.
Yeah, the last part of the channel, I'll have to look it up, but I think she's like Jenny Apple or something on her
Yeah,
channel.
I know. He said he promised to do these for Jenny.
Yeah, then I think we've,
Okay.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's Jenny Apple.
Okay.
And then, of course, he has his channel connected. I don't know what his channel is.
Yeah.
I've seen his stuff, but
Okay.
they go to like Disney World and stuff, and they try to show stuff with their kids
Oh,
and
God.
everything. But it's depressing, but it's nice kind of to see what happens.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but it's nice to watch.
Would
in
you
a way.
consider it drama?
It is. I don't know. I to me, I like watching kind of stuff like that because it's just stuff you never know. Like it's good information to have just in case you may ever need it, which is bad for me to say. I always like to like read and learn about different things.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just it's worthwhile to watch it, and I feel bad for her because she has 2 really young kids, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I saw her videos quite a while back because I've been watching her for a while, and I immediately thought she's gonna die, and she's getting worse and worse. So I don't want her to die, but it's obvious what's probably coming.
Right.
As bad as that sounds, I don't want to put that out into the world, but
Hey, no different. Well, it is different, but there's similarities with like Maddie, a girl that we've known for years. It's a drug addict in Detroit, and it's coming.
mhm.
But
I
it's
remember watching her.
preventable.
Well, maybe not the lung cancer. She If
No,
you watch,
but I mean Maddie. Yeah,
yeah, Matt, I was gonna say the
no,
woman
lung
with,
cancer. Yeah,
she never smoked or anything. It was just bad luck for her.
yeah, that happens. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Which is,
surprising the number of people that get COPD that never smoked.
yeah. I've had multiple people in my family with COPD, but they all smoked. So that
Yeah,
was their fault.
yeah, right. Yep. Huh.
I don't smoke, so
I don't smoke either.
well, I'm glad.
Michelle, you're. Oh, there it is.
I don't smoke either.
That's good. You shouldn't smoke. You meant to say. It's
Yeah.
hard to quit. I know it's very hard.
They've said these days that kids that are like in their teenage years, there's
Yeah.
like they're smoking way more because of vaping and even
Well, that's
cigarettes too.
that's what kind of like so they're all anti-cigarettes now, like
Yeah.
anti-smoking, but then they come out with Fruit Loop flavored vapes and everything. They're like, "Oh yeah, we don't want to like get kids to like get involved with like smoking cigarettes and it's so bad for you, but we're going to come out with these vapes that taste like Fruit Loops and candy and all
No,
sorts
it's
of
like, yeah,
stuff."
but that's just like,
That doesn't bother me. It's like flavored alcohol. Like,
You're like promoting the kids though. Like you're basically promoting the kids like, "Oh, try this because it tastes like Fruit Loops and cotton
no,
candy
it's
and
fucked
all of
up
this."
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see that? Like you don't see how they're trying to like suck in like the
No,
younger
yeah, I know.
"Oh, it's so cool and it's not bad for you," but really like is it good for you?
No,
Like
I mean, there's
that
supposedly these chemicals that use to pressurize these vapes are like bad, I guess, for you.
the one big brand that did the flavored vaping got sued and had to pay a whole bunch of money, and I can't think of the name of it now because I don't vape.
You
But
know what? Their people are getting fucked up down on here a lot. I mean, causing real problems. Kratom.
oh, and that I've
They
taken
sell it in
that
the gas
before.
station.
I've taken that crap before, and it's not. I don't really care. I have taken it years ago,
Yeah.
and I actually have some in my house because I've gotten some
What is it
samples of it.
supposed to do?
They claim that if you take like a little bit of it, it'll feel it's like an opioid. And a lot of people will take it to get off of opioids, which I think is that's a good thing if you're on
So
heroin
it's
or
addictive.
whatever. But yeah, it can be addictive, but I don't understand the
But why would
personally
you take
I've
it if
taken
you weren't trying to get off opiates?
people get high off anything. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Apparently if you've never taken any opioid in your life and if you take whatever certain amount of it,
Yeah.
it'll give you kind of a high like hydrocodone or Norco
Oh,
would.
really?
Yeah, and I personally have never felt that, but I guess some people do. Um eh, some people take it to like help to sleep and stuff, and I personally have always hated the stuff. It just doesn't work that well. I even have some in my house right now because I've gotten samples of it and I just don't use it. It's just sitting around.
Huh. You ever try it, Michelle?
no, never really had an interest in trying that stuff.
Also, I would recommend not trying it and be careful if you're ever going to try it because you need to make sure whatever company you buy it from does uh, testing on it to make sure there's not mold or what do you call it, like chemicals and stuff in it. There's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it right now, but it needs to be tested. Otherwise, don't mess with it. I would not touch it. And a lot of those companies don't do that. They
What
don't.
is it exactly?
It's a plant that's kind of actually similar to the coffee plant.
Huh.
But it's I can't pronounce the word, but it's sort of like an opioid. It starts with an M, mitro something. I can't pronounce it even if I wanted to.
Okay.
But it can help with pain and stuff like that. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it as long as you're getting it from a good supplier and you're not trying to abuse it or whatever. But too many people will abuse everything, so it's
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Mitrogenia, something like that. I
Oh, okay.
can't say the exact
I
name, but
know
it's
people are going to rehab for it.
yeah, it can be addictive, and it's you got to be careful about anything you take. Even coffee can be addictive, and it's related to that plant. So be
Yeah, but
careful.
I don't think I'd put quitting coffee in the same category as trying to get off opioids.
That's not. It's a weird thing. It's kind of like an opioid. I don't know personally. This is a little bit
Yeah.
above my pay grade.
Yeah.
So, but I've taken it a few times, and I don't.
And I don't
That's-
understand this Delta stuff either that they sell in gas stations.
Oh, you're talking about Delta 8?
Yeah.
The reason they sell that in gas stations is because it's not legal or it's legal in states where Delta 9 is legal. So like Delta 9 is regular weed. So like stuff that's sold in like Colorado and whatnot.
But Delta 8 is like what?
It's made from hemp, which
Okay.
which was made legal when Trump was in office. It's a similar type of feeling. I've taken it. I hate it personally, but some people think Delta 8 is better for them than regular marijuana like Delta 9.
Yeah.
But I don't really like marijuana, period. I've tried.
I
I'm
tried
good.
some gummies, but I never smoked it.
I have smoked it and I've tried gummies. It's just not for me. Even Delta 8. Anytime I've taken Delta 8, I always feel jittery and weird, and I'm just thinking in my head, when is this going to be over with? I hate this. But for some people, it's more calming and it helps them out more.
Yeah.
But it's made out of hemp.
Oh, okay.
It's legal in most states, other than I think Colorado. I remember reading that, and Texas tried to make it illegal, and I only know that because I live in Texas. So
Oh, all right.
Where in Texas do you live?
DFW,
Oh,
Dallas.
okay. I have a friend that lives there.
Too
I
many
went
people
there.
out here.
I liked, it was kind of like a culture shock for sure because I live in New York and there was a lot of different things, but I had fun. We went to a couple bars and a couple of and a couple of like country line dancing places.
Yeah.
That's a big thing
I was
too.
just I went south of there. I was just out there about a month ago. I went south of there though. About 80 miles south.
Do you have a cowboy boots and wear cowboy hats?
Hell no. Sorry.
It doesn't interest me, that place. That area.
I don't blame you. I've never liked this area, but I'm
Well,
stuck
is
here
it
for the time
Louisiana.
being.
the owner of Burger King lives out there.
Oh,
Like
does
the
he?
guy that the guy that like founded Burger King. I drove by his compound, like his mansion, like this huge gated,
There's a
thing
lot
on
of
the
those
top of the
gated
hill.
mansions about 60 miles south.
Yeah, there was like hardly any people around, and my friend, he goes, that's where the owner of Burger King lives, like the founder, not owner, but like, because I think it's a franchise or whatever, but like the founder of.
If you're going through Texas and you're on the west side and you're heading east, it doesn't start getting green till about there.
Yeah,
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
it's depressing up here.
I wouldn't want to live there.
I don't blame you, but I'm here for now.
Did you grow up there?
No, well, partially. I grew up in Florida and then or around Orlando, and then in same area I'm in now. A little bit different area, but North Texas.
Oh, okay. You ever get back to Florida?
Sometimes, because I have family there. My grandfather lives there. I have some family that's been going over to see my grandfather recently. So,
Oh, that's cool.
and I have family in Tampa as well.
Yeah, I lived there for 5 years. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of Florida.
I don't blame you. That's
I
what my
like
dad said.
I like visiting Florida, but I don't think I would ever want to live there.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
It's too humid. Every time I go down there, I feel like I want to die. Like it's just I don't only want to be there a few days, and then it's just like ugh.
Yeah.
I like
going.
like to go to the beaches.
Yeah, did you ever go to India Atlantic, just south of Melbourne?
I don't
I bet
think
you did if you were. I
so.
bet you did if you were around Orlando. So that's
Yeah,
the
if I was
closest.
younger.
That's the closest you can get to go to the beach from Orlando.
I went
East.
to Daytona a lot
Okay.
because my dad would do the Daytona bike week crap, and I've been back to that since. So
That's fun. That was always
What's
a
going
good
on
time.
now? What's going on now?
yeah. Well, I should tell my dad he's in Florida right now. He needs to go down there.
Yeah. Somebody was just telling me the other day they were in Florida and they liked Daytona, when nothing was going on. They thought it was nice.
I never really went to Daytona, other than for bike week, so I don't really know much about the area in general in Florida, but um, I know that it's just Florida's just a crazy state,
Yeah,
you
it is.
know?
Big
And
time.
then you have like the hillbilly parts of Florida
Yeah.
too.
There's not many of those left, though.
Oh, really? Okay. Like
Shit, no, it's getting crazy expensive down there.
What about northern Florida though? I feel like there's
Yeah,
still
probably
plenty
up there north of Ocala, between that and Jacksonville, and
Tallahassee
yeah,
or
yeah, right,
Yeah.
that part. Yep. Well, there you're getting close to like Alabama.
where
So
I
that
would
makes
never want to
sense.
live.
But
Sorry,
like
Alabama.
Okeechobee, Belglade, they're kind of like iffy too. But it's a narrow state.
right. But it's a long state.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it takes forever to drive through if you
yeah.
ever
Yes, it
need to
I
go.
like
does.
that damn Texas though. My God.
Yes, Ben. Yeah. I remember as a kid we drove all the way through Texas and decided to go to Roswell, New Mexico, and through New Mexico, and what a nightmare that was.
Yeah, I just did that.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
That is not good at all.
No, that's a hell of a drive. You're right.
You loved it, Tom, and all the aliens.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
spent a night there. I spent a
Did,
night in Roswell. It was a pretty city.
did you get a dirt storm though, or like a dust storm, like when I was
No,
there?
no, it was actually nice. I stayed one night and got the hell out of there. They really market that, Area 51, and every
Oh yeah.
place has a green light where you can get your picture taken underneath it.
Is that old Applebee's still there that everybody hangs out?
I'm not sure. I mean, it could have been an Applebee's. I stayed on that main strip where they
Mhm.
had everything, and it was like happening, busy. Why,
That's
did you go
probably
down there much?
no. It's been many years since I've been down there, but I remember the Applebee's was like the happening spot. And years later, I went to school with somebody that had to go. There's like a military school in Roswell, and he went to that school, and he
Okay.
said that everybody hung out that damn Applebee's.
Oh,
So
really?
I just thought it was
Yeah,
funny.
they
It
had
was
some
always,
like old school restaurants there,
yeah.
Let's see if that's still there.
So
Probably
old
is.
Applebee's. That was like 20 years ago. So
It seemed like a nice town, though.
boring, but nice.
Yeah, boring. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's still there, right on Main Street. Yep,
Yep.
right down the street from Target. They're
That's where
open till
everybody.
midnight.
Yep, that's where everybody would hang out. So the old Applebee's.
Yeah, they got like a lot of old school restaurants there, like hamburger places and stuff that I thought they were out of business. You see them on that Main Street.
At least they don't have an old Kmart.
Yeah, I don't think there's any Kmart left anymore, are there?
There are. I saw that the other day on some dumb video I watched.
Well, there are
online.
some left.
but I think either one was in Florida or in like New Jersey or New York, something like that. There's only like a handful, like maybe 3 or 4.
Who owns those then?
Hell if I know. I couldn't tell you.
I used to love Kmart's when I was a kid.
I remember going to them as a kid too. We used to go and like.
I
There's-
remember
There's
doing
3 open, 3 remaining.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Something like that.
I remember being in Girl Scouts and selling Girl Scout cookies outside of Kmart to old
There's
grumpy
New
people.
Jersey, New York, and Miami.
Where in New
I-
York?
I knew one was in Florida.
Bridgehampton.
That's nowhere near me. That's probably
No, New
like
York's Long Island.
I was just about to say that's Long Island. I could have swore, yeah.
I wonder who owns them though.
I don't know.
Wikipedia Kmart and see.
Yeah, but I remember blue light specials. There was one that opened up like about 15 minutes from where I grew up, and I remember going in there. It was like a big deal, and they had like couldn't believe their like fishing lure section. We were kids. We were always like ordering our fishing lures on through the mail, Cabela's. We go in there, and it's like they got like it seemed like a mile long of all these different kinds of fishing lures. Couldn't believe it.
Are you
That was-
slightly upset that what is it? Did Cabela's buy out Bass Pro? Oh no, it's Bass Pro that bought out Cabela's. Which is my dad likes Cabela's and he was not happy about that. I think it's Bass Pro bought out Cabela's.
Well, they did.
Yeah, which is everybody's just buying out everything. Like there's
Yeah.
barely any companies that are just their
Oh, I
own.
know. I see Rite Aid filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, they were terrible.
Yeah, they were old faded ass, dirty looking buildings.
And to be fair, I think CVS bought out a lot of Rite Aids, but CVS is a shit company too. I
Yeah,
hate that. I hate all the pharmacies are buying up everything because they
Yeah, they
have
are. Yep.
the PBMs that are just buying up everything.
Well, like here it was completely oversaturated between Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, and then plus you would have pharmacies at the grocery stores as
Yeah.
well. So
Yep.
it was like it was just oversaturated, and I knew something was going to happen eventually because it just didn't make sense. You know,
Well,
to have
that-
all these.
Excuse me.
I worked in a pharmacy at one point in my life, and I will say that I'll just be mean to CVS, and I don't care. I don't care. Give a shit that I'm mean to CVS. But they bought out a lot of different companies, and then they slashed all the hours for everybody back in the pharmacy. They made everything terrible for anybody working back there. And then you had to deal with a bunch of people that were upset that they couldn't get their vaccines, couldn't get whatever they needed. But the problem was they didn't give enough hours, and they didn't give a shit. They were just trying to make as much money as possible. And
Yeah,
I'm glad I got out of that.
everywhere's like that now.
Mhm.
But that's why I would say stay away from CVS, stay away from Walgreens. If there's a way your
Me neither.
prescriptions can be filled anywhere else, do it.
I go to Walmart.
Well, they're not great either.
No.
They've gotten bad. There's been some news reports about how they're currently trying to slash the wages of the pharmacists that have been there for a while.
Oh, really?
Basically just so they can try to get them to quit so they can get newer pharmacists in for lower wages. And they overwork you and they do crazy things that shouldn't happen. I always say, like, keep on, like, pay attention to whatever medications you're on, read about whatever you're on, do the best you can, find a pharmacist you actually really trust somewhere and talk about everything. Be careful about whatever doctors you go through too, obviously, but just be careful because the way everything's going, they're cutting wages everywhere and people are leaving and it's getting bad. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Just saying for everybody. Look,
Right.
there's some good pharmacists out there still. Just try to get a good relationship with one that you trust.
Yeah.
depending on the type of medications you're on and stuff like that. Just be really, really careful, because the way things are going, it's getting worse and worse, and a lot of mistakes happen, and it's not really necessarily like, technically, I guess it's the pharmacist's fault, but it's also the big corporation's fault for cutting hours and making everything so stressful.
Yeah. Yep.
Be careful.
Yeah. Probably good advice. You hear that, Michelle? Be careful. But it's not like you really get it much cheaper. I'm just there anyway buying something, you know?
I mean, it really depends on what you're on, too. Like, I only take one medication, and I've taken it for years. It's no big deal. But if you're on, like, a lot of other stuff, and, like,
I take a blood pressure.
well, so just a blood pressure medication and
Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah.
then you're probably fine. But, like, if you're taking a whole bunch of other medications, or say you have cancer, or some other issues are going on, then I
Yeah.
would really try to work with whoever the pharmacist is and try to get a good relationship with them, because there's some wonderful pharmacists out there. Some are
Yeah.
terrible, but
But they're just pouring it from one big bottle into your bottle, aren't they?
when I was a pharmacy tech, so we'll type everything in, pour everything in the bottle, and then we put it in a little tray, and they give it to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist goes from there, and they check over everything, and they look over, like, if you have any allergy issues, medication issues, if there's some other stuff like on your profile that they need to look through, make sure there's no interactions, stuff like that, and then they approve it. Then
I've actually had pharmacists um tell me like that I shouldn't have been on like certain medications and stuff, and I had to get stuff switched around at one point from a pharmacist.
yes,
You
yeah,
would think the doctors would just know because they
they
know
do.
everything, but they don't
They
apparently.
they don't at all. Pharmacists go through a lot more, um, I guess,
Training.
training. Yeah, better word. Thank you.
It's 8 years
Uh,
now. They
but
increased it.
the doctors, they don't. A lot of times they don't know shit about medications. You really should, if you're on a lot of medications, talk to a pharmacist or find somebody that you trust. I learned that over the years. Like, they will point out if there's something majorly wrong. A lot of doctors, they don't fucking know anything, which
Yeah.
is not great, but they don't.
Right.
And the pharmacist will save your ass in some cases.
Yeah, probably right. Yep. I'll do it. So far, I'm just on one.
I'm only on one too. So no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not on any right now.
I only
Yeah,
take
You're on one.
I only take birth control, so it's no big deal. But I've taken, like, for some reason, I'm allergic to like every damn antibiotic out there, so I have that on my list.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. You read these horror stories. You know, Google did a big thing with the federal government. You know, they took the top medications that people searched to see if there was a conflict. And then they took all that data on common searches that people would search on their own, stripped the identifying information from it, and gave it to the federal government. So they had a better idea what people were worried about taking that may not have been brought up through a consult at a pharmacy, which is good. They were helping. Nobody
Also-
knew the identity of the people. They just knew this big database of people and what they searched.
I'll say don't take Bactrim, which is well, you can take it, that's fine, but Bactrim is an antibiotic. It's like the most common antibiotic that anybody's allergic to, so watch out if you take it. It's sulfamethoxazole, but I'm allergic to it, but that's like literally like the top one. So be careful when you take that one. and watch out for what could happen.
I think there's benefits to birth control pills, aren't there?
Yes, they can help with lowering cancer,
Yeah, lowering
and
cancer. Yeah.
but it can also increase cancer in other things or in other
Yeah.
ways. I forgot. I haven't looked into it in a while. I can't remember what cancer it increases and decreases.
Don't
but
people
it,
get pregnant sometimes still while they're on them?
yes,
There's
but
always a chance.
yeah, there's always a chance because usually if you take it as directed,
Yeah.
then there is a tiny chance it could happen. But a lot of people that take it, they don't take it as directed. I forgot what the percentage is, as long as you take it as directed, but it's still pretty good that you don't get pregnant. I've never gotten pregnant and I've taken it for years.
Yeah.
But I know some people they don't take it as directed. And also there's some medications that can interact with it that they take and they don't realize, which you're supposed to be told at the pharmacy that
Yeah.
happens.
Well,
Yeah.
and I know plus like once you hit a certain age too, it can increase your risk of certain other things. Like if
Yeah.
you're still on birth control at a certain age. So that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. I think it's
Huh.
after 35. I'm 34, so we'll see next year when I.
Doesn't it make your boobs bigger?
No,
Tom.
no,
I
it
thought that-
hasn't.
Oh, okay.
My
Well,
boobs
not
are.
you. I was asking you, but I thought
No.
I thought that did.
It can for some
Slightly,
people,
slightly.
but like
It's
my my boobs are already big enough as it is. Like it
Oh,
didn't.
good for you. God bless.
Not really. I wish they were smaller. I don't want to be a D or double D or whatever the hell I am right now. Like I'm done. I don't want to be any bigger.
Double D?
Yeah,
I
that's.
wonder
Don't tell Tom.
No wonder you're on birth control.
I was already like that prior. It's just
God.
genetics.
Oh my God. Tom. Oh my God.
You want me to lecture your high school?
Oh.
That's the opposite of the fat girl argument. Shit, this makes total sense to me. Oh, God. That's good. I needed that.
Glad we can help you out.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, I read that one time. A long
What
time
double
ago.
D?
Bullshit article. I thought it in a way it kind of confuses your body.
It can.
Efficacy, yeah.
I've heard that and read that before. Didn't happen to me. I honestly wish mine would have shrunk.
Yeah,
The only time they
Yeah.
shrink is if I lose weight. Okay. But everything always goes to my boobs, so I hate it.
That's good genetic. Yeah, but there's women out there spending, 20 grand to try and get where you're at already. Be grateful.
Yeah, got people in my family, so
Yeah, runs the family. Yeah.
But I also know a ton of women who had breast reductions.
Oh, that's so
because-
sad.
But no, it's
I
not.
mean,
Well,
it
I
is
mean,
not at all. It could be
No, but no,
painful.
seriously. Yeah, but I mean, is this just like a comedian's punchline that your back hurts because of your boobs? They're not like, that heavy.
no, it's real, and they are heavy. If you have,
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
that much.
if you have like 10 to 20 pound weights in the front of your chest,
Yeah, but no
and you gotta carry
tits
that
weigh
around.
20 pounds.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
not
they can.
one, but I mean, like,
Yeah, they can, but it's like not normal. I mean, you could have double D's, and I bet if you just weighed some way, just weigh in the breasts, I bet they weigh like 4.8 ounces.
no,
Yeah, they're not like
4.8
double
ounces.
D's.
It's
no
literally
4 pounds, 8
quarter.
ounces. No,
Oh.
4.8 ounces. 4 pounds, 8 ounces.
Yeah, but that would still be like 10 pounds on the front of your
No,
chest.
I'm talking
that you
about
have-
both of them.
Both of them? No.
Yeah, you're talking. It's like
Double Ds?
exaggerated. Like it's the same thing with dick size. Like Johnny Watt had a 12-inch dick. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Neither
but
did Ron Jeremy. It's fucking bullshit.
There's no 12-inch dick anywhere.
A dick wouldn't weigh that much.
No, it wouldn't, but it's not 12 inches. The point is the size and these rumors out there. But I don't think breasts, like, there's different things I've seen and read where they like weight them and all this kind of stuff. And even though they're big tits, it isn't like, it's an arm or something. They're talking like you got two, 16-pound bowling balls in each cup, which is just some,
No,
just
but-
exaggerated bullshit.
They're
No, but
annoying in the way, and you hate them being there half the time. Like, so I get that. Like,
Yeah,
and
but I don't
some
know.
of
But I just this backache because of another 8 pounds. I mean, you could have had like another 8 pounds and your gut or something. You wouldn't have thought shit of it. I think it's just like exaggerated. I mean, I can see a breast reduction like for other reasons, but not weight.
I'm not gonna say that.
well, see, you have them, so why don't you tell them what it's like? Because
She doesn't know how much
I-
they weigh.
Well, I'm
Well,
not that big to the point to where I would need like a breast reduction, but it gets annoying. Like,
Double
it's not.
D's. It's getting up there.
Yeah, and it's annoying. Like, it's not fun to deal with. But I wouldn't go and get a breast reduction, but it's deal. I could lose a couple of pounds. I would like to lose 20 pounds. I'm not 200 pounds or some shit, but like
Yeah,
to
but there's
lose a little
women
bit.
around. There's women around there just love to be in your shoes. Actually, love to be in your bra.
And you know what? When they get in there, then they understand the issues. Like, my grandfather's wife's a great person for that. She got insanely big breast implants before she even got with my grandfather. And she's younger than my grandfather, but hers are like an F or a G or something like that. They're big.
Yeah.
And she has a hard time with them. And whatever. I don't care. That
What's
was
old
her
Gramps?
issue.
Was Gramps? Can you get the smile off his face?
He has been asking you to divorce her, so yes.
Oh, the party's over.
Yeah.
Why would she get tits that big? Well, Dolly Parton did it too. They're huge.
Yeah, but she's been with her husband. She's been with her husband forever. They've always been together, and they've been happy.
She lied about him for years.
Well, I don't necessarily know what they did together. Whatever, that's their own issue.
No, but I mean, she lied about having fake boobs.
Oh, the fake boobs. I thought you were talking about lied about like what they did as a
No, about her
couple.
fake boob. Yeah, she lied for years about it.
Well,
But
at least
that's
she's
interesting, 'cause I'll
open
tell you-
about it now.
Oh, she's open about it now, but I'll bet you money there's a very good chance she hadn't have got it done. We'd have never heard of her. I think that opened a lot of doors, sad to say.
Did she get it done when she originally
Yeah.
was writing music?
Yeah, yeah.
So back in the like 60s, 70s?
She got him when it mattered most, starting out.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
when they mattered
Worked.
the most.
Yeah, young, starting out, writing song. Here comes Dolly. It's like, oh yeah, Dolly, yeah, she writes great songs. Like, did you see Dolly, motherfucker? Sign her.
That's actually, if you saw the recent report on Britney Spears the other day.
No, what's going on with her?
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw a video of her. She-
Yeah. There was a thing on the news
Is that
report.
real?
What are you talking about?
I
Is
mean,
what's
her going
real?
wacko again?
Well, yes. Watch her Instagram page. You'll see.
Would she get some big tits?
No.
Not at the beginning. They didn't triple. She lied about it for years.
Yeah, at the when she was young, she did get breast implants and then got them removed. But she was like 16, 17.
You
when
talking
she got it
about
done.
Brittany?
Brittany, yes, she got them done
Really?
really early. That's been well known for a while. She got
Oh,
'em
really?
done- yes, and when she originally went to go to, I think, Jive Records, where she was signed to, they didn't really like her voice, but they looked at her face and her body and thought she would work well. That was one of the recent news stories.
Yeah,
that
but
is
she
coming
came
out.
up through the whole thing like Justin Timberlake and a bunch of them through the Disney thing.
Well, yeah, of course, but she also was trying to go through and do her own thing, and
Really?
One of the record label, whoever was one of the heads of Jive Records, um, basically looked at her and said, "Oh, we can make this work." Not because she was a great singer, but because they looked at her body.
Wow.
And then also there was another story that came out that her and Justin Timberlake, when she was together with him when she was like 18 and he was 19, she had an abortion. And of course he went to the media and was going on and on about, oh, I took her virginity, blah, blah, blah. But that came out too as well.
Oh, really? I always thought he was queer.
And I don't like him. And I'm
Always
glad she
seems
didn't have
kinda strange.
glad she didn't have a kid with him.
Oh, no kidding. She had breast implants, huh?
If you look like in her earlier days,
Yeah.
right when she started and then right afterwards, her boobs suddenly got huge.
How about
And
that Jessica Simpson? Were they real?
I don't know about that. I do know the dad came out as gay. That's all I know.
Who's dad?
Jessica Simpson's dad.
Oh, really?
Yes, because he was sleeping with some younger dude. That came out.
Huh.
I know a lot of celebrity gossip. I shouldn't, but I shouldn't follow this, but I've been following it since I was a kid.
Is that
basically.
fake hair Justin Timberlake has?
I don't know about that.
It's supposed
Maybe.
to be. It's supposed to be.
I mean, to be fair, he has enough money. He can go in and get hair transplants. So who cares?
Yeah.
Do it
But
if you can. You got the money.
But Jessica Simpson, like, recently lost a lot of weight. She looks different now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I think she's on like on Ozempic or whatever you call that, the injectable that they take.
Yeah,
For-
it's supposed to be for diabetes, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
people,
It's like Jardians.
Yeah.
You're basically urinating out the calories like a diabetic would.
Yeah. It basically, you have no appetite whatsoever.
Right. Yep.
I
No
would
kidding.
believe that because I've seen pictures of her recently and she's not ugly, but she looks gaunt. Like,
You know who's not looking too good? Of course, he had cancer. I don't know what the status is now. Is that Toby Keith? He looks like Toby Keith's like dad. I would expect to look. That
Oh,
really
I-
took a toll on him.
I haven't seen him, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, if you Google him, man, it's like he looks like an old man.
I find it interesting that the celebrities, like, what they look like in real person compared to like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Photoshop pictures and everything that people see in this image, and then you go to see them like
Yeah.
in their natural surroundings and you'd be like, what?
Yeah. I was looking at Wayne Newton yesterday.
He's still alive?
Yeah,
Sorry.
barely. You say that, you see these YouTube channels where all they do is say people that are dead that are not dead.
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah.
try to promote that, so like if somebody dies right then they'll get the views, kind of like the web pages do.
But there's whole channels on saying people die and none of them are dead.
Well, I think some of them too. Well, they'll leave it up and then they'll take things down to try to get a whole bunch of views.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just trying to get views. That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. Never
It's
have.
Right.
It's like if you were promoting your channel, Tom, and you said something that wasn't true necessarily, but you did it for clickbait.
Yeah.
Oh, people click on it really quick, and even if it's not true or it's not part of your video.
Yeah, I was reading something. Remember when Susan Summers, I was reading a thing, she got hired? She was with a friend at the NBC studios or whatever, and the casting director noticed her. She was in there
Really?
eating lunch with somebody, yeah. But remember when she got busted? She was hawking that weight loss stuff, and then somebody outed her about getting plastic surgery, getting fat reduction. And she got caught, and she had to come clean with it based on that book she'd written. You remember that?
I do not.
Yeah. Yeah, cancer.
I think this is before both of our times.
No, this is like lately, not that long ago.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she just
Well,
died like 2 days ago.
Oh, I remember that, but I didn't realize, from what a lot of people said, she was on HRT or hormone replacement therapy, but she took crazy amounts of it, which would cause more issues with cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd read that, and that kind of makes sense because I was surprised when she died. I was like, huh? And then I started reading into it more,
Oh,
and she apparently took a lot of hormone replacement therapy, but you can
okay.
take that. You can take that normally. That's fine. But she took much more than you probably should have because she wanted to try to look and stay younger.
Yeah, I never
And
thought she was that great looking. They showed her on like Johnny Carson when she like first got in to whatever she was doing. And I didn't think she looked that good. I mean, she looked okay. She just looked like a fake blonde. It was like, all right, but nothing special.
she was pretty when she was young, but if you look at when she was young versus how she aged, I always looked at her oddly. Like when I
So
looked at the pictures, I was like, huh? But I realized she did a lot of plastic surgery and stuff. So
a lot of them do. A lot of them
Yeah.
do. Like Botox and all that.
But you look like I mean, she's not my type, but Pamela Anderson was a beautiful woman. So was Heather Locklear at one time. And they lasted quite a while. You know, they were
Pam-
attractive women.
Heather
Pamela's
Lock-
still
sorry.
looking decent these days.
Who is?
She's stopped doing too much work. She's not too bad for her age.
Who?
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. But they're doing these things now where they like wear no makeup and you can't even like notice them.
Well,
You
that's
wouldn't even know.
Pamela's doing that right now.
But she's trying. I think she must be broke because she's starting to say all this weird sex shit people did with her like 100 years ago. Tim Allen was one.
She was honestly like prior to getting a whole bunch of work done, like right when they found her, she was absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not usually someone that says like a blonde
No, I think you're
person.
right.
I'm not huge into like the whole blonde and like
Yeah.
tanned
Yeah.
look, but she
Yeah.
was stunning. She was very beautiful. But
Yeah, I think you're right.
but she's had some work done, but I don't think she looks bad at this age right now. She's doing better than she was because she was doing some work and it looked odd. But yeah, we'll see because she's always marrying somebody new. I
Yeah,
like her. I think she's a nice person. I generally think she's a decent person, so I think she'll be okay. And
Well, you know,
Do well.
a lot of celebrities have written books within the past couple of years. Like Jada Pinkett Smith wrote a book, and Britney
I heard her
Spears.
in an interview about 15 years ago, and I thought, man, what a super attractive woman. Like her interview. But man, has she turned into a nut job.
Tom,
Yeah, she is, man. She seems like a real psycho.
she annoys me in the media right now because I keep reading about her.
Yeah.
I don't hate her, but it's constant stuff about in the past. Oh, I could have been with Tupac, or I've been away from Will Smith for the longest time, and there's this just constant crap in the media, and it's
Yeah,
like, just
yeah.
go and
but you
hang out.
know, like you know, the media isn't like always 100% true either. When they say stuff about celebrities, they're just doing it to gain popularity to a celebrity. So I mean, I don't believe every single thing that's put out there. You know.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
either.
Hep C is easily curable now.
But with Jada, I guess her book just came out recently, so like everything's been in the media recently, and it's a little annoying.
Yeah, well, Britney's coming out with a book too, so
Yep, seen that too.
I don't know who would buy one of those books. I mean, who gives a shit?
I'll steal it and read it.
Would you read it?
Yeah.
It's
Why
been
not?
out there. They've been curing it for quite a while, though. Hepatitis C.
Oh, hepatitis C.
Interferon treatments. I bet it's been 20 years or 25 years.
Yeah, that's been close to it's.
How
it's
long
been a
ago
while.
did she have it?
Late 90s, I think, because
Okay.
that was with Tom Tommy Lee.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly, she got it from a tattoo needle, sharing it with him, which
Oh, all right.
would make sense because God knows who Tommy Lee was with. Ugh.
Yeah. Huh.
No thanks.
Then
Ugh.
she was with Kid Rock.
Yeah, that was another great choice.
That seemed like a publicity stunt to me.
I hope it was because she has, unfortunately, she seems to have bad taste in women.
Yeah.
Or not women, men. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, she seems a little odd. But
She says she's in love with love. So I guess whoever she sets her
I think she's
sights
in love
on,
with lifestyle and it's running out.
maybe. I don't know. Lifestyle with Kid Rock? Ugh.
But I think that, her runs come to pretty much an end.
I think she'll be okay in the long run. We'll see. She seems like a generally nice person,
Really?
from what I can
Yeah,
tell.
but who does that and like brings out all this stuff that happened 35 years ago in a book? I mean, I remember when Geraldo Rivera did that, like sleeping with Bette Midler. It's like, it's so immature and stupid. You're an adult, man. Ratting people out in books. That's what ended Truman Capote's career, Breakfast with Tiffany. He used all fake names thinking that people would know who he was talking about, and everybody knew exactly who he was talking about. That was game over for him.
Well, at least he tried to cover it up, I guess.
Yeah, but not if you were in that if you were in that mix.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it failed miserably. That ended his career.
I don't know. I look at it that like Pamela's sons both really like her and care for her a lot, which a lot of women that went through her past, a lot of their children wouldn't stay around, and she's very close to all of them.
Who were
and
those
seems to be
kids
very-
from?
Tommy Lee.
Both of them?
Yes,
Oh, God.
both are close to her.
Well, even Oprah, I think, wrote a book. A lot of people wrote, like, I swear, I think that's just how it is with the celebrities. They like when they have a downtime or whatever, they write a book. Even Bill Clinton wrote a book.
Yeah, it's easy money, and sometimes you need to pay the bills somehow, especially if you're a celebrity. And
Yeah,
the
Oprah
whole-
didn't. Neither did Bill Clinton. They didn't need the money.
Well,
No.
yeah,
Who
neither of
reads
them did.
Oprah's book anyway. She's
Not me.
no. She still can't get laid, and she's a billionaire.
That's why she's with Gail.
That's right. And that's why she drug around Stedman in Chicago, who's like a known gay guy.
Hmm.
Mike Dorman, we had Dorman in Chicago, 24-hour Dorman. He said he was running into Stedman for 20 years straight before he started playing that game with Oprah.
So do you think it was just like all a big setup to
It
like
was
make
then,
her look
then it doesn't matter now. And then that Gail thing, yeah, you're right. Of course, Gail was going over there while Charlie Rose was dropping the towel and they were watching movies. You remember that? Charlie Rose?
I know Charlie Rose.
Yeah, well, Gail was one of the main people going over there that finally had to admit that, Charlie get up to go get a cup of tea and the towel would fall down. Ding dong was hanging out. It didn't bother her a bit, but she admitted that she just thought that, Charlie was a little weird and accepted it. That cost old Charlie his career too. I gave Charlie credit for this. He said that he didn't think that anybody that he had a relationship with that would visit him and come over and socialize had a problem with anything that he did. And it was his house and they kept coming back, and I kind of agree with the guy. But once, that network got a hold of that, it was game over.
I think a lot of people like to interfere with a lot of other people's lives when they need to just let people live, and just whatever happens,
I
happens.
mean, if you visited here and we were watching movies and I got up and I was nude and the towel fell off and I knew you saw it and you kept coming back and never said anything, I wouldn't think it bothered you. And that's kind of what happened with him. And as it turned out, a lot of people said, yeah, that was just Charlie, and it was something that they kind of put up with until the cat got out of the bag. Even Gail admitted it. Didn't bother her. I mean, she saw it more than once. A little weird, I agree.
Right.
But old Charlie, that weird fetish shit. I mean, if Gail had said, hey, let's fuck for now, you probably turned her down. His thing was dropping the towel when he went to get a cup
But
of
I
tea.
mean,
And
why put that into a public eye? Like, oh, he
I
dropped the
forgot who
towel.
spilled the beans on that.
Right. Like, what kind of like, oh, he drops towel. Like, that's nothing like to blast somebody for. Do you know what I mean?
He
That's not,
pissed
it's not
somebody
like,
off, probably. Or somebody told somebody, look how long Kevin Spacey got away with molesting these people.
yeah,
That was
that's
common knowledge. They were joking about, there were comedians that were using, they said there's nothing worse than waking up in the morning being duct taped at Kevin Spacey's basement. This was 10 years before that shit happened. It was common knowledge. This guy was a predator,
wow.
a wacko, like gay, seducing, druggy guy. And that finally caught up with him. And then, of course, Bill Cosby, CeeLo Green, they're all over the place. Chuck Berry drilling holes, watching girls urinate. Weird fetish shit. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not saying it's cool to do. I'm just saying that I can understand the logic behind whatever it did for them and them having someone there that never complained, that kept coming back. Yeah, I kind of see that. It's his house.
Right. Well, it's kind of like if you look at it like, oh, I'm going over to shop at a place, and then you complain about it, and then you keep on going back
Yeah,
there.
yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
But that was the and there. Look at what's his face? Who was the guy that was on the main talk show in the morning that got canned for soliciting women and have a lock on the door and all that shit?
The guy on NBC,
Yeah,
Brian Williams.
yeah. No, the other guy, Brian Williams, got caught lying about a fake crash helicopter story he was in. I'm talking about the other guy, the dark-haired guy, married the model. They canned him. He worked with Katie Couric, all them in the morning. Matt Lauer.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
knew it was something with him.
Yeah.
So what happened with him?
He was always coming on to women, had a buzzer in the door, and he'd say, I want to eat your pussy, and they'd go to leave, and the door was locked. And this shit went on like for 10 years. And they said, well, that was just him. And well, finally it got to somebody that it's like, and the cat got out of the bag, and he was gone about a week later, grabbing all these girls' asses and shit.
Which he had the best gig ever.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Why fuck that up?
Yeah, making like $38 million a year, talking for an hour in the morning.
Literally, why fuck that up?
Yeah, why fuck that up? Go take a private jet and fuck Thai twin sisters for a weekend and come back.
Exactly. I was going to say,
I don't get
go
it.
get prostitutes.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with him?
I think they get used to it. They get used to just
And they
everybody.
get cocky. Yeah. They get a little like, oh,
It's
I got
just-
away with this much. Yeah.
Whatever. Nobody will fire me because I'm special.
And they
But-
nailed that other guy, that Harvard grad, Bill, what's his name? He was sexually harassing girls.
I don't
The
recall.
big
that.
mouth white guy, Bill, what's his name, had his own show. O'Reilly.
Oh, O'Reilly.
That
Yeah,
was all
I'm-
sex harassment shit. And how about this Jewish guy in the casting couch? They nailed a year or two ago. I just don't get this, man. It's just so weird.
They have enough money. I realize all of them are married, but
It's just not the same to them. I think it's just that weird fetish shit.
it's also they
Control.
they get used to it and they
Get
realize.
used to it. That's exactly right. They say Bob Barker, who just died, was one of the biggest damn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've read about
Yeah.
that.
Yep. That's it.
I read some comments that somebody said that when they were a part of The Price is Right.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
He went and talked to Bob Barker and and made some comment. A guy went and made some comments to him, and Bob Barker said, "Oh yeah, I'll be out with the like hookers and, and
know-
other stuff lately." Like-
Groucho Marx's son wrote a book about what a horrormonger Bob Hope was.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised by
Yep.
any of that.
In that book, I read like excerpts from it, and they said that, how they'd brag that he was going over and tour, doing these tours for the soldiers and all this bullshit. Remember that stuff?
Yep.
You take these. As it turns out, they were ordered to go to those.
Oh, I know
Hmm.
they.
It was an order.
Yeah,
They
it was
make it sound like he was over there entertaining them. They couldn't, wait in line, couldn't wait to see him. They had to go.
yeah, it was like Elvis Presley too had to go
Oh, really?
over as well. A lot of that stuff was ordered back then.
No
They-
kidding.
They didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that was another weird one. I mean, his wife was over here when she was 15. Priscilla. And her
Oh.
parents sent her over here from Europe.
She was 14 when she got with Elvis Presley,
Yeah, at 14.
and she claimed she never slept with him until she was an adult or something like that.
Yeah, that's her publicity agent.
I know. I think that's horse shit, but whatever.
Yeah, right.
Not my issue, not my problem.
Right.
Not me.
He'd have had a happier life. He wouldn't have been famous.
Oh
I
yeah.
think a lot of people would
Yeah.
have.
Yep.
I think fame like really ruins a person and their life. Like
Yeah, look at
everyone,
Michael Jackson, Prince, all of them. George Michael's died early. Elton
Well,
John had his problems. Just goes on and on.
well, the thing is everybody sees these stars and they just assume that like because they have money and all all of this that they must be like so happy, but really they're probably like some of the most like unhappy people you could probably meet.
Yeah, what was that Hannah Montana stuff? I remember something.
2008.
There was
Ish.
something weird about that.
Weird.
Yeah,
What
I
do you-
remember like she said, how about Brian Peck and the Nickelodeon kids like Hannah Montana? I remember there was something weird with that Hannah Montana, like they were using fake dancers
I don't remember
in
that.
her face. They'd have her come out, and then they'd put have like fog come up and the dancer, and then it'd go away, and then they did these close-ups, and it sure as hell looked like
The people doing the kick-ass dancing, were like doubles.
Are you talking about the guy that made that production of that?
Dribbles is talking about the guy, I think.
Oh, let me see.
Okay, guys. Well, I gotta get going for tonight. It
All right,
was nice
nighty
talking to
night.
everybody. Have a
Let
good
me
night.
look.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I remember it was like doubles. Like other people were coming up, like they'd have this like elevator thing that shoots you up to this tube, and there'd be like fog, and they'd be like dancing. There'd be so much fog, it was the same outfit and the same size and all that. And then it'd like go away, and like something happened where they fell or something, or the Hannah Montana came out while the other one was still dancing. It was something like that.
See, I don't remember that. I'm trying to think of what was that Dan guy that was connected to all their stuff? Hold on. I'll try and see if I can figure it out. Dan something. I don't know if. See, I don't know on this one.
Yeah, I remember.
Exactly.
I wasn't even like following. I just happened to catch it in some, news story.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that one guy that worked for Nickelodeon and did a bunch of weird crap. Dan something. I can't think of his name. Ugh.
What was he doing? Like molesting him or something?
Supposedly. Dan,
what-
Dan Snyder. There we go. Got it.
So what happened to this Hannah Montana?
Nothing happened. She went on and became Miley Cyrus and is still going out and about and doing what she
Oh,
does.
that's who it was.
Yeah. Well, Hannah Montana became Miley Cyrus. That was the main character.
Oh, okay. Now I just saw a YouTube thing that just came out a day or two ago, where she's singing a Metallica song with Metallica, and her voice sounds like a shrimp boat captain's.
She sounds a little rough. I have heard her
What's
voice
going on
recently.
there?
I think she smokes a lot, honestly. She always smokes weed. Her mom and her I don't know, sister, stepsister, whatever her sister is, older sister. They do a podcast where they smoke a bunch of weed, and Miley smokes a ton too. So I think her voice is getting messed up because she constantly smokes.
So I mean, did she ever have a good voice?
I don't really think so, honestly.
But I mean, who wants to hear this like voice?
Couldn't be me because this is not like a show I was listening to, or like Hannah Montana. I never watched. It was beyond my age, and I never cared about her
So
after that.
Was that a Disney thing too?
I think Hannah Montana was Disney. I think.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm mixing up people because
Yeah.
there's
Now,
that.
so she was just kind of picked, and off you go on this career entertainer.
Well,
thing.
because her father was what
Billy Cyrus.
Billy Cyrus, yeah. So
But he was like the B-side singer.
well, they sold her out. That's all it takes. It's
Huh.
probably all it took, honestly. They had connections.
So
All it
she
takes is a
actually
connection.
has a following?
Yes, a huge one.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, like crazy money?
Yes, a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
God, who was her? Someone she was connected to was dating somebody that used to be a big band in Oklahoma, and I can't think of it. Let me look it up. I can look up the song lyrics. I can't think of.
So like she could actually tour and sell tickets?
Oh hell yeah, she'll make a lot of money. Her good friend was dating. I don't know if they're still dating, but the guy from the Flaming Lips, if you know that band, I remember that band. She's connected. Well,
Oh, okay. Huh.
when someone mentioned Brian Peck, child pedo, they're correct about that person.
Who's he?
That was somebody that worked with like child stars and
okay.
molested kids.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, there's been some documentaries. One was mentioned about Brian Peck, but I can't recall the name of it. So didn't watch it and open something. I'd have to look it up. If I look up Brian Peck, I bet it would probably show up. God, he's old. He's 63. I thought he was younger than that.
Huh.
Documentary. Let me see. An Open Secret. If you ever want to watch a documentary, that's one.
It's good.
It is. Yeah, it goes over a lot of like questionable people that were in the working with children. As it says, exposing child sexual abuse in the film industry in California. It came out about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I saw it back when it came out. It's not bad.
All right. Cool.
I follow too much gossip. I should not. I realize it's trash, but I followed it ever since I was a kid, because even my dad would follow it from following like
That's what I thought, JMO.
yeah.
She's
Well,
right.
sorry, I know you're a little bit older than 63, but I thought Brian Peck was younger than
No,
that.
it is old. Yeah, you're right. It's true. You can't help it when you're your age.
Hey, my dad's older than that. I'll call him old.
You'll be there someday, hopefully.
Maybe.
The years fly by.
Huh?
The years fly by.
They do. I keep noticing that the months fly by, the days fly by, everything flies by.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it sucks getting old. At least in this culture. If you're like Japanese, it doesn't.
Well, sucks for me then.
Yeah.
Sitting in Texas, and I'm not
Yeah.
Japanese. I'm white.
Yeah. No, you got huge problems
Damn it.
sitting in Texas, but you're still on the right side of the grass.
True. I just don't want to die of. I don't want to like burn alive or something like that. Just die in my sleep or something easy.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
How you want to die? As
Yeah,
you're getting older.
I want to have a massive heart attack on top of an 18-year-old mail order bride.
Do you want to have a heart attack? Because my uncle had one, and they aren't as happy as you think they would be. He survived, but
Yeah, I don't want to survive. I mean, I think it would be, most of the people that I know of that have ended up in like an assisted living care facility, they didn't mind it like you would think you would. So I say I don't think I'd like that. But everybody's there. You're all in one boat. You don't do shit. You watch TV. They wait on you. I mean, you think that's bad, but I guess it would just, I don't know.
yeah, I'm
I
talking
guess I
to
would
my.
just like to die like, I think it's just like getting a colonoscopy. It's just like you never wake up.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You never wake up. It isn't like, you're like aware of it in any kind of way. I
I'm
think that'd be
talking-
a real drag to like get 6 months to live, like know about it.
I'm talking to my aunts, and she passed away. Her husband, he's in his 80s right now, and he's going into what he calls an independent living facility. But he's doing okay. So I've been chatting with him because he doesn't have any family outside of our family. He's not related to us
Yeah.
outside of, but he's doing okay. But I
You have
know
no
he's-
choice.
Yeah, I mean, he has the money. He could probably just move over to Oregon and say fuck it and go.
Yeah.
I'm done. But
Yeah.
it's not how he's choosing to go. So
Yeah. You just hang out there and, you have kids that you don't know from elementary schools draw pictures of you for the holidays.
Hey, I'm the kid he never had, so I talked to him.
Oh, that's nice of you. Does he appreciate it, do you think?
Yeah, he's known about me. We sit and chat from time to time, but he's currently moving out of his giant ass house and trying to move everything out and go to his assisted living facility.
And he's
So,
how old?
80, I want to say 82, 81, something like that. But he has bad diabetes and he doesn't take care of himself like he should.
Oh, okay.
So he needs to be in an assisted
Yeah,
living
right, yeah.
facility.
Yeah. Yep.
So my aunt was helping with that, but she passed away, and nobody lives in that area where they lived. So
Oh, okay.
my family's been chatting with him and keeping in touch with him and making sure he has people around because he has no actual family. He never had kids, and he has a whole weird background. He was born in China, and he's not Chinese. He's white, but
Oh, wow.
very big, odd background. His parents were likely spies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he doesn't have any family.
How old was he when he got out of China?
Very young. I don't know the exact age. But they went and they moved to Russia back when it was the USSR.
Wow.
And his dad died in a Russian gulag. So
What did he do for a living his life?
construction.
Okay.
He made a good amount of money doing construction, but he only had his mom, his dad, and brother or sister. Sorry, not brother.
Oh,
That was it. Neither of them had kids, and they lived in different areas. His mom and sister died in Canada. Dad obviously died in Russia. He's still alive. And that's it. Nothing
Wow.
else.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a big reason why I'm talking to him because my mom says you need to write down his history.
Yeah. You should do a videotaped interview with him.
Yeah, he has a crazy background. He's been all over, done crazy stuff. So yeah, that's
Interesting
my,
life.
extremely glad it's not my life.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad I'm boring.
Yeah, me too. Well, I think I'm going to go to bed.
That's good.
I
I'm
try,
about to go to bed.
try and get up by like 10:30, and if I don't go to bed by 2, I won't.
I can't fall asleep that quickly, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, that's what I do. I'll read a little bit, stuff like that.
I read
Well,
too
it's
much
good.
online.
Yeah, I do it too. Well, good talking to you.
Good talking to you too.
Hope
Have a
you
good
have
night.
Yeah, have a good day tomorrow.
You too.
JMO, Tribbles, Impalov, hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. Frisky, you nighty night. Still early where you're at. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I think. I don't know if it's going to or not. We'll find out, huh? Or maybe it was supposed to rain today, Thursday. Yeah, I don't know. Either way. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming out. It was fun. It was a good time.
Good night.
Appreciate it. Yep. See you, Scott.